Theater of the Mind is for mature audiences and is not suitable for all ages.
Welcome to Theater of the Mind presents Retribution. I'm Mike, I'm your dungeon master for this evening, and our question this episode from the Ultimate RPG Campfire Card Deck by James D'Amato is, where have you always wanted to visit? What would you be most excited to do there?
My name is Amanda, and I am playing Mel Kelly. Mel always really wanted to visit those Mediterranean islands off the Greek coast, like off Crete, and the really pretty ones with all the sparkling turquoisey waters. And up until about 5 minutes ago, she totally would have wanted to spend them on beaches and in boats. And due to her recent radiant burn, she might be rethinking that second part.
Fair.
However, the idea of being fully immersed in the Mediterranean Sea sounds super awesome. And even though her dad was pretty wealthy, she didn't actually get to travel much. And that always just sounded amazingly peaceful to me.
I'm Jeremy. I'm playing Elliot Brandybane. And Elliot Brandybane always wanted to go visit the Scottish Highlands. The history is very fascinating to him. He's seen the cattle that they bred for it, the Highlanders, which are an interesting, funny little red, long-haired, and he thought they were kind of fun. And what he would do, honestly, he would just like to go out on a misty day, and because in the West Mountains, it's green is springtime. That's about it. The whole idea of green everywhere and water everywhere just would be odd. He would just like to kind of spend the day walking out through the Highlands and on a, it would probably be drizzly, but on a foggy day and see all the green everywhere. He just think that would be just neat. That would be the bee's knees.
Hi, I'm Bernal. I'm playing Olnok Vaga Johnson. And Olnok's initial favorite place to ever see, he has been to. It was Japan. Loved the cherry blossoms and a lot of things about the whole culture. He loved it. Would love to go back. But that's not his favorite place anymore because he's been there. So his next goal was to go see Barcelona, Spain, because the architecture and just what he thinks is going to be a wonderful experience. He's never been there. He's been to a lot of different places, but he hasn't been there. That would have been a great place to go. He has no idea how the hell he would get there now. So, I mean, if we kill enough people and the big bad at the end, maybe things will work again, but who knows?
I would go there for the food.
See, I don't know that about
Spanish
that.
and I would say
rules.
go to Sevilla over Barcelona. Barcelona's cool, but Sevilla's cool.
I know diddly dick about Spain, so
Their
I know that
food
Barcelona's
is
pretty.
really good.
Yeah.
The food is so good.
It is not in any way, shape, or form related to Mexican food. Do not mix them up.
Really? Okay.
Very
Not
different.
at all. Mexican food is very South American.
Okay.
Spanish food is its own category.
We did a Spanish food unit in culinary school, and it's probably one of my favorite cuisines we ever touched on because it's also like not one you see a lot.
Now Bernal wants to go there too.
I lived in Madrid for 4 months. I walked everywhere, and I gained 15 pounds when I was 17 years old.
Wow.
That's how good the food is.
I'm gonna get fat. All right.
Like, that was when I had a metabolism still.
Yeah.
And I still gained 15 pounds while I was there.
I'm Downs, and I'm playing James O'Brien. And speaking of food, James, being the chef of the group, really wanted to go to CIA, which is the Culinary Institute of America. I googled it.
I was like, that's not what I know. All right.
Unfortunately, when James went into culinary school, he had to pay for it himself with money that he stole. So, because his parents didn't really want to involve him in that, so they didn't help him in any way, shape, or form, even though they were stupidly rich. But anyway, so that would be a place that he would really love to go to and study culinary art.
The other cool one would be Le Cordon Bleu.
I didn't know how to pronounce some of these ones on this list, so that's the one that I could pronounce.
That one.
Le Cordon Bleu is like the culinary school. It's the one that Julia Child went to. It's like all of the big famous chefs have done training at Le Cordon Bleu. I would go take courses there. I am not in the fancy food scene anymore, but I would go take courses there just for fun. But again, it's fucking expensive.
What does cordon mean? The chicken blue?
No,
No.
I don't know.
Cordon is not chicken. I don't know what it means, but I know that that's.
Well, there's chicken,
There
ham,
is
and
a
cheese
dish
of some
named
kind.
after the school
Mm.
that uses chicken.
That's
I
why
don't
it's
know what it
chicken
means.
cordon bleu.
Yeah.
Because it's specifying that it's chicken.
Might be blue ribbon.
Ah, that makes sense.
I don't know.
That would
Cordon.
make
Yeah,
sense,
that
yeah.
makes sense.
Just thinking about the words. I'm Kasey Weingarten. I play Emory Lee. I think Emory has always wanted to go see New York City. I don't think she's ever really been to the East Coast. And it's just kind of like one of those places that everyone likes to visit.
I've
Decent
heard the
food,
concrete jungle that
fun stuff.
dreams are made of.
Yeah.
You might
The
get
streets
your
will
wish,
inspire
Emory.
you.
Yeah. But
If
the
we get
museums
on the
are
lost-
cool. I mean, it's
wet
not going
dream
to be the
tomato.
not going to be the New York City experience she wanted.
No,
but,
no, it most assuredly would not be.
Like, she's definitely an art museum kind of person. She's a music scene kind of person. She's a food, like, she likes eating good food. Like, it's just, you kind of get a little bit of everything there. And it's fun to visit. So,
Is my food not good enough for you?
it's hard to make culinary masterpieces on a fire pit.
I'm doing the best I can here.
Hey, you're getting better.
I stopped using Firebolt to try cooking toast. After I singed off my eyebrows, I kind of
After
had
we
to stop.
ran out of bread.
It's
We're all
difficult to
grateful
make
for that.
cordon bleu because
It
that
is.
means a cook of the highest class. Or of
You
the
are
highest
the
class.
blue ribbon.
Yes.
Yeah.
After my random podcast interrupted the whole thing.
Let's roll for recap. We'll go furthest from 10.
The funny thing is I almost said Scotland because I went there and I fucking loved it.
3.
I want to go back.
12.
You say highest or
Oh.
lowest? Because I got a 3.
Furthest from 10.
Oh, furthest from
So I'm going to go ahead and get ready because that's a 20.
Oh,
Yeah,
what a waste
that's
of a
pretty far.
20.
All right, I was just here.
You were.
That happened.
It's been all of like 15 minutes. now.
So here's the thing.
45.
We fought some more stuff. We went in and I kicked a door in very angrily. So we went down the hole. Let's start there. Let's backtrack. Let's get to the beginning. So,
Generally, where stories start.
all right. So we were in the airport. We had just fought all the gargoyles and the Anubis and the things. And then we found a hole in the ground that goes down.
As they tend to do.
Yes. And then we went down that hole. And then we saw we saw a door through a hallway at the end of that hole. Or if you want to call it like that. That sounded weird. Anyway, so a hallway and there was a door open kind of. So I kicked the shit out of it. Because I'm an idiot. Olnok, not me, Bernal, but Olnok kicked the door. And then all hell broke loose because I kicked the door into apparently a very well guarded sacrificial pit.
We don't know the purpose.
We don't know, but it does look like if we were to gather information and give a judgment, probably a sacrificial pit. So,
I haven't seen anything ritual.
fair enough.
I don't want to go down there to find that out.
What are they feeding? Like, are they feeding a rancor down there? What are they doing?
It might
I don't know
just
what that
be
is.
Preventing escape. That's a very effective way of preventing someone from escaping.
But why do you do that? Because you're going to sacrifice him to something, right? That's what I think is going on.
It's the only reason to keep prisoners. Obviously, sacrifice.
Anyway,
No other means.
there's no other reason. I don't know. That's what's in Elnok's head. It's a sacrificial pit. We saved this kid from being thrown into some sort of evil thing. Anyway, so we fought some lizard people and 2 big creepy dragons. One was red, one was blue. The blue one was scarier because it had a sun sword that almost killed Emory and Mel. So that was fun. We learned that Mel can heal herself, but you can't heal other people. I didn't know that, but now we do. On cue, Elliot fucking went off the moment the door opened. So I kicked the door in and then panicked because apparently I didn't know it was on the other side. It was just like, oh shit, there's people and lizard creatures and dragons and stuff. And there's a kid up there, but I couldn't see the kid. So we fought the things, we killed the things. Elliot has the sun sword now. James has another sort of wounding. And then we called Benny and asked if it was him. He tied a very terrible knot. And then Mel went up there with the broom and fixed it.
And
Like
then James
almost
went
too
up there
good.
and undid it.
Yeah, and then James went up and undid it after he picked the lock because he's a baller lock picker. And then, yeah, that's where we left off, I think.
It turns out Benny could not knock.
He could not. He was wrong.
As an aside, I think we have social media content potential in a D&D party telling a story.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
just the simplest thing, like, what did you do today? And we're going to start at lunch, and then we're going to go back to breakfast, and then we're going to move on to dinner, and then we're going to go back to breakfast again.
We're gonna talk about something that happened a week ago.
And then we're going to discuss something that we shouldn't have been talking about at all, and halfway through somebody goes, don't tell them that!
Have you never had a conversation with someone with ADHD? That's how the majority of like short.
That's how all my
Yeah.
conversations go.
Yeah. Long story short,
I'm just
generally
saying, I think there
starts
could
like
be
that.
some social
It
media
could be fun.
potential for
Absolutely.
that particular one.
Absolutely.
Because we always do this.
I'm especially bad. I'm sorry. Terrible storyteller. I used to tell stories well.
So you guys are gathered near a pit with an additional short person.
Hey.
So Elliot's gonna introduce himself. Benny, my name's Elliot Brandybane. That's Emory Lee over there. She looks better when she's not hurt.
Emory waves from where she's sitting.
James, he's the one that got you out. The big guy there, that's Allnock.
So,
Don't be scared of him. He's really a big teddy bear, and
I won't hurt you guys. Just anything that tries to hurt you.
yeah, and then that's Mel.
Just glowing. I'm over in the corner, just sort of radiating heat. Hi.
everyone gets a backstory and just, yep, and that's Mel.
That's
Mel.
Mel.
So your mom sent us to come get you. So we're going to be taking you back to your mom. But what I need you to do. Oh, by the way, this is Jacob.
Hi.
Jacob, that's my sergeant there. And currently, you're going to be you're now a private in this particular little adventure. And I need you to do what Jacob tells you to do till we get you back home. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Jacob, this is your private. You're my sergeant. I'm your gunnery sergeant. You're going to take care of him. You know how. You've been with us a little bit. You fall behind me. Benny, you follow behind him. And we're going to get you out of here safe and sound, okay?
Okay.
Do you...
Yes, Mr. Elliot.
Oh, nice. Good.
Present arms.
Yeah.
He does the full British salute.
So, do you need water? Are you okay? Are you thirsty? You hungry? Are you hurt anywhere?
They didn't hurted me. I haven't been here that long, really.
Okay. Well,
It's
if
like
you,
3 hours.
if you need
That
something,
took us a
We're on
while
this.
to ride here.
yeah, it took a while to
Yeah.
get.
Yeah,
I've
he's
been
a
here
kid, he
like
has no
over, and they
concept of
fed me
time.
stuff because they wanted me to stay alive.
Okay,
Well,
perfect.
that's
All right. Well, if you need something, you whisper. This is important. If you need something, you whisper it to Jacob. Jacob knows the right time to let us know. All right, Jacob, you keep your private in good shape. All right, that's your job. That's our mission.
Aye, aye.
All right, good
Hey,
deal.
Elliot,
What?
what rank am I?
Specialist.
Oh, that sounds important.
good. So much effort not to laugh.
So, I think you said this is kind of there's a camp.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
There's some.
I think we need to kind of go check out this camp, make sure there's nothing hidden in here.
See if there's anything useful.
We could probably rest a little bit. I know
I
you
would
two.
love that.
Mm-hmm.
You two were pretty winded, and anyway,
I'll do a watch if we need to stop.
we need to. We'll do a watch, but I think we need to rest a little bit. But we need to make sure it's safe before we stop here.
Do we have any aloe? Please, God, someone say yes.
Knock, knock. Hello.
That's
Hello.
not helpful.
Let me check through the. We have basic like first aid. I got
That's
some
just-
like anti-itch
You've got
spray.
the. You've got the little packets
One
of
little
burn
packet.
cream.
Yeah. So, over a short rest, Mel and I are just taking all of these little packets of
Squeezing
burn,
them out.
Yeah.
smearing them all over the burns.
We got some of that like aerosol like anti-itch spray that burns like hell.
No,
I don't know if that would
will
help,
make this
James.
better.
Might make it worse.
Actually.
This was not what I was expecting in terms of DIA catacombs.
What were you expecting?
I don't
Aliens?
know, fewer lizards,
I was
I
expecting.
mean, the
some
lizard
kind
people's
of,
on point,
like,
if you know what I mean. So
government
I don't.
bunker.
Know what you mean?
the Anunnaki, I believe, is what they call them.
Gesundheit.
Oh, anyway.
Don't shit
You
on
all
that
can
lizard.
investigate. I
Oh,
think
you did.
that
You might wanna
I,
clean
for
off your
one,
hammer.
would like to take a nap.
Would you like investigation checks
Yes.
on the camp?
Yes, please. For anybody who is interested in searching for things.
Yeah, 12.
Oh, I like searching for
That's
things.
not great.
I'm using 3 hit dice to put myself back up at full.
Short rest?
Yes, you are short resting.
I got a 24 for that investigation check for you.
I'm also using 3 hit dice.
Yes.
And I regain my key.
Nice. I don't regain my sorcery points.
Well, I don't get to heal myself again until I've slept, so
Is Mel the full?
I am at full, yes.
All knocks at full.
James is also at full for those keeping track.
You didn't take any damage.
Like I said, for those
Cheer.
keeping track.
Elliot,
I valiantly went up and poked
He's
the
going
dude
to
in the
spend
armpit.
his short rest attuning to this new swag sword.
there you go.
You're not worried about your 2 points down?
It's just,
24 to search.
it's
Yes,
just
sir.
a scratch.
Elliot with the tis but the scratch.
24 is pretty solid.
I would assume so from
Oh,
investigation.
Pretty,
yes.
it's pretty solid.
Pretty good.
You find a potion.
Ooh, guys, I found liquid.
Is it red and smell like almonds?
It's red
It
cyanide.
sure does. It is red and mark it as the cave potion.
You have a health potion already, right?
We
Like-
have 1 superior healing potion that is in Olnok's inventory.
So we're smart enough to realize that this is a health potion, right?
That's
It
why you
looks
have
to be a
invest
lesser
in
of
it.
that,
Okay.
or the smaller, whatever teeny bitty one is.
Nice.
Just as, I guess, standard. Well, we wouldn't know till we drank it.
It's sparkly, but not as sparkly as that other one.
Honestly, as a player, it worries me that healing potions smell of almonds because cyanide smells
Yeah.
of almonds.
That thought also crossed my mind when I said that. It's just think of it as almond milk.
Yeah, that's it.
Say it smells like marzipan.
There you go. That sounds better.
Almond paste, marzipan. One of the tastiest things.
Now I'm hungry.
Love that shit.
And for the DM, if you don't know, in the DMG, it actually gives the description of all the potions. So it's actually really handy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, if you go through the DMG, it will describe what each of the potions looks as. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Nice.
And Cure Wounds it's sparkly, it's red, and it smells of almonds.
There you go. This absolutely ticks all of those boxes.
Cool.
And then, sorry, remember what I wanted you guys to find. You rolled well. Are you the only one searching?
I searched, I had a
You
12.
searched poorly.
I rolled a 7.
You searched poorly.
If I can search and rest, I will,
Sure,
but I'm
yeah.
probably not going to roll much better.
Okay. I'll give it a shot as well.
I got a 14.
9.
Okay.
Yeah, I got an 18 plus 6.
All right. You find most of the shit. Good sir.
That's what James is good at. He's good at finding shit.
He knows where people store their valuables.
Yes.
You find
That's a way of putting it.
a pair of smooth stones carved obviously similarly to each other.
Ooh.
They appear to have like a matching set of faces engraved on them.
Oh, guys, I found like ancient cell phones. See, look at that. They can do FaceTime.
Nice.
All you know is there are a couple of rocks with faces on them. Metagame. You
No,
find
that was me just making a joke because they had faces on them and they looked like tablets.
you find what appears to be a bag of pinto beans.
Okay, we have more beans, I guess.
Food, maybe, hopefully.
You find some really pretty gold armlets. And the other person who didn't roll terribly, Emory,
14?
you find a fine black cloth. Soft as silk, folded up to the dimensions of a handkerchief.
And a kerchief.
So those armlets, is it that's like
They're like, they look kind of like
Wonder Woman
bracers,
bracers.
but like pretty instead of armory. Like
Ooh.
they're fine gold work in like a series of circlets that are connected.
Gotcha. Fancy.
But it's all like fancy, swirly shit.
Interwoven.
Yeah,
Those totally look magical.
they
totally
they
hate
reek of magic.
If you hold them next to Emory, they go, ooh. Go away.
She starts arcing like a son of a gun.
Ouch! Stop it!
Get away from me! Bracers of Geiger counter.
Is it like magic or that gross eldritch nonsense I dabbled in?
Well, you wanna wear them and find
No,
out.
I don't.
You guys
I'm
can absolutely try some Arcana checks to see if you get a particular flavor.
Yeah, I'll try
do
an
that.
Arcana.
I'm still proficient.
Why not? Because maybe I'll roll really good.
Are you proficient?
You got to be proficient.
This is a knowledge thing.
Oh, no, then no.
I rolled bad.
I rolled terrible. It's so bad that it would have been a 0.
19.
Okay,
I'm not
they are good magic.
I just look at me.
You don't
Nope.
get any oogie boogie vibes.
Well, they're not oogie boogie.
Okay, so they don't go da
That's
da 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 when you wear them.
You can see that they kind of adjust their sizing depending on who's touching them.
Ooh, their bracers are fit. One size will fit all. Fancy. Does anyone want to wear them?
They don't do me any good, so I don't know.
Yeah, they look gigantic when we put them on your arms.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll do something cool for you, Emory.
You want them, Sparky?
I'll put them on.
Sparky.
Okay,
Put them on, and
we'll say you put them on at the start of your short break.
oh, those are cool.
Oh,
cool.
they're neat. If
That's
nothing
what
else,
Roman-
it'll make part of you less.
That is helpful.
I was gonna say, if nothing else, it'll make your arms slightly less.
They're bracers of defense.
Perfect.
Oh, hell yeah.
You've got the smiley stones.
Oh, yeah, I got the smiley stones.
Anybody want the bag of pinto beans or the handkerchief?
Did anybody do an Arcana check on the pinto beans, or are those just gonna go in with the chef stuff?
We're just going to hope for the best there.
Want to do an Arcana check on the pinto beans? That's a dirty 20.
Oh, there you go.
They are definitely magic beans.
I wouldn't eat these beans.
Beanstalk. We should totally make a beanstalk.
And not in the magical fruit flavor.
How many are in the bag? Is it like, is it like a small bag? Is it like
It's a small bag.
round-
Smaller bag.
There are 7
7.
pinto beans.
Well, that's not even enough to make a meal out of. So.
Well, I don't know what happens if you eat magic beans, but I don't want to call them.
I'd rather not have a beanstalk coming up my ass if it's all the same to you.
Or my nose, or my throat hole.
Elliot will grab the beans.
Okay, you have a bag of beans.
Mel's totally gonna start playing with the silky black cloth.
Okay,
It's soft. I miss soft things.
All of the
What you do with
pretty
it?
things are broken now.
Yes, they are.
what you do with it?
Well, it's
Unfold.
folded. I'll unfold it. I'm curious to know how
It
big
is
actually is.
a big circle, roughly 6 foot in diameter.
That's big. Big.
Do you lay it on the ground to get a good judge of the size?
That would be a logical thing
There's
to
an Acme
do,
Looney
but
Tunes hole.
because Mel is Mel, she totally is gonna do that. Like you kind of like billow it up in the air and let it fall around you because it's silky.
Oh, God.
Because I
And
know,
then Mel just fucking
I know what
disappears.
the right thing to do is, but I also know Mel would not do that thing.
Yeah. That's gonna be fun.
So Mel like floats it up in the air and is like, "Ooh, soft."
So you guys see the circle fall perfectly flat upon the ground.
Oh, shit.
Mel?
Mel.
Go over and lift up the edge of it.
Just look at
That
it.
is a fucking Wile E. Coyote.
No,
You can see the rock underneath.
What about Mel's
Do I see
feet?
Mel's feet?
No,
Mel.
Mel.
Can I crawl back out again?
yeah,
I put it.
yeah.
Wait, leave it on the ground.
Where are
I
you?
pick it up and I put it down. Where the fuck did she go?
And then I crawl out
Her
of the
fingertips come out.
hole. Yeah. That was unexpected.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, so don't do that again. That would be preferable.
What did you see?
Nothing. It's dark.
You are the closest.
Just a bottomless pit, just empty hole.
I
That should be handy.
don't know what I've just done.
Excuse you.
Bless you.
I found myself in a 10-foot deep pit.
Mhm.
It's dark in there.
That doesn't sound pleasant.
So from your perspective, as it draped over you, the light just got further.
Oh, that would have been so
I was
trippy.
standing on the floor, and then I was standing at the bottom of a hole, and you were all talking about me like I
And then
left.
the hole disappeared for a moment. And then,
Like, put that down!
and then you use your cool monk shit to bounce off the walls and climb up.
Yep.
Ninjaed her way out of there.
Some of this magic stuff is scary.
Kinda, yeah.
We should throw it on the ground when something's changing us. Or throw it over a wall.
And then, yes.
I like it.
That's a good plan.
I mean, what else would you use a mobile hole for?
I don't know. But I've seen a lot of Looney Tunes, and I want to use it. We must use it.
How do we put that on a wall? It's just a loose fabric.
Pins?
You just,
It doesn't stick. It's fabric.
but it wherever it goes.
Because the weird black fabric thing that leads to a
Listen, we
pit
may live
follows
in a magical
physics.
world now, but physics still
What if?
exists.
What if? Hear me out. What if we shot an arrow at it?
While they're arguing about it, I pick it up and I tack it to a wall.
It
And
goes
then I
onto
stick
the
my
wall.
arm through it. Emory, I'm sorry, but physics doesn't work.
Magic is stupid.
And then I very carefully fold
Says
it
the
all.
one that's still
I
pulsing
know.
with magical
And then I
energy.
very carefully
I know
folded it up
best.
and stuck it in my pocket. Oh my god, I have an infinite pocket now.
Oh my god.
Well, you have a 10-foot pocket.
Fashion designers hate her.
It's a nice handkerchief you have. It's got pockets.
I would totally do that.
Awesome. You guys feel a little better? You got some interesting stuff and some seemingly less interesting stuff.
Who wants to carry the potion?
I'll put it in my hole.
Whoa, I'm not old enough for this conversation. I go-
That didn't go all right.
So the cave potion is in the hole.
I'm putting it in your inventory.
That did not come out the way I wanted it to.
I'm glad we're all collectively 5.
Oh my god, that was fantastic. All right. That shit was funny.
You said it with such enthusiasm.
Let me make note of that.
Oh, my face hurts now.
Unfortunately, they were just rocking crossbows, so you don't find any arrows or anything at this camp. They have
That is-
bolts, but
That is sad.
Does anyone want a crossbow though?
I was gonna say,
they have a
is
heavy crossbow.
Elliot able to rescue any of his other arrows?
No, I don't think I missed.
Yeah, no, he did really well.
The one arrow that I shot that technically hit and clattered to the ground, I lost
Yeah,
that one
yeah,
too. Right.
It was a success.
Son of a. Damn.
The
If there's
arrow
a
point
light-
isn't anymore.
Gotcha.
I can't use a heavy crossbow, but if there is a light crossbow, I would pick that up.
We have a light sword.
I don't know. If they all have heavy crossbows,
Yeah, I think
that's
that's
fine.
bad.
That's fine. I won't pick up a crossbow then.
And in fact, you try messing with it, and it just even trying to pull,
Yeah.
because it's got the iron bow.
I think I get it pulled back. It's hard enough, and then I like
Limbs.
try
Limbs,
to
thank you.
aim.
Limb.
And I'm like, no, that's not for me.
This doesn't feel like it's gonna work.
It is the
Also
type that it's got the
doesn't
foothold on the front, so somebody who knows what they're doing could
Yeah.
click it into place.
Personally, do not know what I'm doing with crossbow. I had a question. I don't remember what it was.
I have an answer, I think.
Any idea what these stones are? These stones with the faces on them?
No idea.
Maybe they're pet rocks.
Oh, I had one of those. I named it Dwayne.
Maybe it's like money or something. Like we
Money?
had those gold coins that had weird faces on them. Maybe they use rocks as money in whatever reality we've stepped into.
Man, their money system must be shit. Like you can just pick up money off the ground.
It's got to be carved with.
It's got to be a
faces,
face
though.
rock.
Oh, it's gotta have the faces.
Is there? Is this the room, or does it lead to anywhere else?
There's a little tunnel. You can see some light coming in from the ceiling down there.
Well, do we want to investigate other stuff?
We need to
Or-
get Benny back.
Fair,
You're
fair,
right.
yeah.
You're right.
Do
we
I
now
want
have
to
children
investigate?
now.
Absolutely. We got to get Benny back
Yeah.
home.
We have to go home. We have kids now.
And it's past their bedtime.
We got McDonald's at home. Right.
McDonald's at home. Pinto beans.
Don't eat those. I don't know what'll
Yeah, that's
happen,
probably
but
not
it
the best
won't be good.
Emory definitely shouldn't eat
What
those.
is your armor class?
17.
Yeah, that's why nothing hits her.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I
fucked her up.
Okay,
A
correction.
little bit lower. I was going to
Yeah.
offer those to you, but I need it.
Yeah, no, you totally need it because and I'm also, if they count as armor, then I would actually lose.
They
I
don't.
They
They're
don't.
magical. They wouldn't count as armor.
These are, you gain a bonus if you are wearing no armor and using no shield. So
You
don't-
need those though. You
I do.
absolutely need those. You're squishy.
I'm so squishy. My armor class is 14
You
with
need
mage
those.
armor.
You should put those on.
My armor class is 14, but I have
You
damage.
have everything. My armor class is also 14, but I can hide.
Yeah. You don't get hit.
And I'm also already wearing leather armor. Yeah, we got that from the half
Yeah.
spider dude.
That's right.
I don't wear
Right.
armor.
Right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, shall we make our way back up to the staircase in the?
Yeah, let's get going.
Let's do it.
Perfect. So you guys are able to make it back to the surface level without anything too terribly exciting occurring. You see much the same sights you did coming down. None of the go-karts of luggage moving have moved.
That's good.
You get back up and it's starting to... It took you guys camped before you came in, if I remember correctly.
I think
You had to
so.
sleep or something, didn't you?
Mm-mm.
Or did it just take all day?
It took us all day.
Okay, so it's starting to get kind of dark then.
Be-
'Cause it took a fair clip to right over here.
Yeah, we don't want to ride back in the
Yeah,
dark.
that's too far.
So are we planning on sleeping in the DIA?
Do we want to be here in the dark?
It's. I mean, I can see like a bit out that way. Everything's in grays.
I hate to say it. I'd rather be down in that camp where we were if we're going to stay the night. I hate to say we'd be better off down there.
Should we tell Jeff?
Oh yeah, we should probably have Jeff come inside then.
Oh yeah, no, we'll get
We're just
the
gonna leave
horses
out
and
there with
everything.
The
in.
horses all night.
Well, we need to stay up with the horses.
Yeah.
And I doubt we can get them down the stairs. We need
Yeah,
to stay up
that'd
here
be
with the
tough.
horses.
They are not horse-side stairs.
This sounds ridiculous, but I would rather sleep outside than in this building.
We could find someplace kind of.
I think this building is big enough to be
Defensible.
outside.
But who knows what other random things are going to come out of their broom closets and try to kill us?
Yeah, but there's
Who knows
also a
what-
giant blue demon horse running around somewhere.
Shit.
Ooh.
Who knows
I-
what the stuff out there in the great big wilderness is gonna come get us?
In the middle of fucking nowhere. Yeah.
Now that we're done with that existential crisis.
That's
Do you
true.
think I
We
could
should set
just
up
sleep
camp.
in my portable hole? Probably
Maybe.
not.
It's 10 feet.
And anything,
I mean,
anything who tries to attack me will just fall on top of me.
Yeah.
That
Perfect.
doesn't sound like a great
That
plan.
sounds like a bad plan.
Sounds like it'd be on top of you. You just stab the piss out of you. That's not great.
Also, if there's a flood,
Yeah. Rain's no good. I'm gonna have a rope. I don't know. You throw the rope down, she can get out.
All right,
Only
Look at me
lasts for an hour.
all right, guys, what do we want for supper?
Pinto beans. I'm kidding.
Probably something light for the kids. Or
Yeah.
for the kid, duh. It's been through a rough day.
I really want some dinosaur chicken nuggets.
Ooh,
Dino
dino nuggies.
I
So
miss
while
those.
they're doing this, Elliot is going
I love
to.
hearing that from Olmug and a 9-year-old.
To be fair, that is very on
funny.
brand.
Oh, it is. It is. It's very funny. That's all.
Elliot's going to spend his time kind of just talking to Benny, asking him questions, just to keep him occupied.
He's your pretty normal.
Child of
9-year-old.
the apocalypse.
Yeah. He's honestly kind of digging it because he hasn't had to go to school for a while.
I
Hey,
guess hang out
Jacob,
with
show him
friends a
some
lot.
of your Captain Underpants comics.
Oh, yeah, Captain Underpants.
That's the best.
They sit down and powwow and
Perfect.
comic
Right.
book it up. For a while, Jeff joins.
Nice.
Yeah.
Jeff,
All my
do you
NPCs
have any
in one
idea
place.
what these beans might be? You come from that world.
They have some weird magic shit down there.
Dope.
Like these rocks with faces. Are these currency?
No,
What are those?
those are Rocky Talkies.
I love it. That's fantastic.
You totally
You
just made
can't-
that up.
You can't do that to a ham. All right. Okay. Rocky Talkies there.
Give me one.
Okay, here you go.
And he walks away.
Okay, bye, I guess.
Hello.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah.
Weird.
Rocky Talkies.
You got to say over when you're done talking. It's
Maybe-
etiquette.
Maybe it sounds better in his native language. Like maybe it sounds less stupid.
As you're watching, when you hear the voice coming out, you see the little mouth on the dude's face.
Moving. Oh my god, that's awesome.
It's really creepy, but I can hear you.
They're really good when you need to talk to somebody from a long ways and you don't want to yell at them.
Oh, so like the next time that we split up the party and half the party almost gets fucking murdered?
If they have one,
How
you'll at least know they're dying.
how far
Right.
away do they work?
Uh-huh. I haven't tested the upper limits myself yet. They're rare. They're not unheard of, but they're not common. It's not like every house has one hanging on their wall.
That'd be cool.
You see, I'm just holding up the rock to everybody that's wanting to talk to him.
I don't do phones.
Mel is now
Anti-phone.
technophobe.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mel is now a technophobe.
Alrighty.
He comes back.
Well, that's
The newness wears off pretty quick. He gives you back the Rocky Talkie.
I think of all of us, like Elliot's the person we send out to scout the most because he does that kind of stuff.
Alright,
Is
so
it worth having him have one and someone else have the other?
Maybe just hypothetically, maybe give like Elliot one and then one of the frontliners the other one, because if we do get separated, melee versus non-melee, it could be handy.
that's actually going to be really
That's a
handy.
really
'cause
good point. Yeah.
remember when we were in the mines, we got separated? That sucked.
Yeah,
When you guys left and almost got killed, that sucked for you guys.
it did suck for us.
You know,
It's pretty rough. You guys had a great
For-
time.
both those times that happened, it's been me and James, and then the three.
Oh shit, yeah.
Maybe we need to not split the party along those
So
lines.
I should have one and Elliot should have one.
Yeah,
maybe.
probably.
Yeah.
We'll start there.
Let's do it.
Elliot's going to look at his mildly distastefully and like, you know, I didn't even have a cell phone before, right?
Think of it
This
like
is
a
like super
radio.
easy. I'm gonna try talking into it, and it doesn't work because it only works until the next dawn, according to the card.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh.
it's a once a day thing apparently.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Well, I'm going to, if I go
So it better be a
scout,
fucking emergency if we're using them. Yeah.
if I got to go scout something, I want everybody to understand if I'm up scouting, nobody better talk to me on this until I talk to
your
you
way- yeah.
first.
Yeah,
We
it's,
give away
it's
your
an
position.
emergency.
Hey, Elliot, how's it going?
I haven't heard from you. Is it okay? Well, it was until you gave my position away.
Yeah, it's in
Right,
case of
you're like 2
emergencies
feet
and
from
you
a
contact
son
us.
of a bitch.
Yeah.
Gesundheit. That probably God just sneezed.
That's called thunder.
Thunder.
I was gonna say, how do you tell a God bless you? Who's going to
Go
bless
bless
you?
yourself.
That sounds like it.
What you say is
It does.
Gesundheit because that just means good health.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, well, now that we have Rocky Talkies,
All right, I'll put it in his pocket.
Those are pretty armlets.
They are. I feel.
you look
I don't
radiant.
know. I
but
feel
that's-
so weird right now that it's
You
hard
look
to tell. They're doing
scary.
something. They're doing something.
Ooh, Jeff, look. And Mel pulls out the portable hole. I have the biggest pocket ever.
That's awesome. I've heard of those. I didn't think they were real, though.
Yeah, we only saw them in
Apparently they
movies.
are.
I only saw him in cartoons.
Yeah. I just realized when Emory tries to go to sleep, your sleeping bag is gonna be so staticky.
Oh.
yeah.
Oh god, you crawling into it, it's gonna be nothing but sparks. Just
Yeah.
I have that problem normally.
I think it's one of those times she crawls into it and then immediately gets so hot that she's just like laying with it open because she just feels so weird.
That's fair. It's reasonable.
It's almost like having a fever, but not.
Magic.
Elliot will take third watch.
I'll take morning watch. Oh yeah, by the way, Benny, we do morning Tai Chi and karate practice if you want to join us. It's lots of fun.
You're ninjas.
And by we, I mean she and Jacob.
Yeah.
Sometimes I join in for the stretching.
I tried once and I feel like I dislocated every joint in my body.
That's because you don't stretch enough, James.
Alrighty, we were
Doing stuff.
sleeping upstairs outside.
Yes.
I think we were still
I think we're
establishing
establishing
watches.
watches.
Yar, yar.
So
yar.
Mel took the morning watch. Who took
Elliot's
the other
gonna
one?
take 3.
I'll take 2.
I guess I'll take one.
So, Olnak,
Emery, you need
James,
you need to rest.
I'm on.
Elliot.
I also made some decent sandwiches that I tried cutting out in the shape of dinosaurs. People wanted dino nuggies.
Ah, so nice. We love you, James.
Benny appreciates it.
So does
Jacob's
Olnak.
very serious right now.
Olnak's happy. He got a dino.
Jacob's got a job.
dino
Oh my god,
sandwich.
Jacob is eating a sandwich with the crust on. That's crazy.
You better feel lucky, Benny. He doesn't do this shit every day.
That sounded sad, Jacob. You okay, buddy?
No,
He's the battle-hardened
Badass.
sergeant over here.
Yeah,
that's right,
he's,
that's
he's
right.
Benny's battle
That's
buddy.
That's right.
We've been through some stuff, man.
He's like, you gotta embrace the suck, right? Like,
This is
Stay hard.
This is after the Captain Underpants conversation, of course.
I had an entire church try to kidnap me. You just had 4 dragons. You're not that cool.
Not going to mention that the church is still actively trying to get him.
That's a different conversation
And a
for
god. There's a
another
god
day
pursuing Jacob.
That Benny
Yeah.
doesn't need to be in.
And I'm guessing Jacob is taking his practice really, really seriously.
Oh, for
Oh, yeah.
sure. Yeah.
He is fully focused when he goes and practices with Mel.
Yeah.
So when you wake up in the morning, all you hear is oos, oos, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. The night will pass uneventfully.
Yay.
And then you hear a hesitant from Benny. Oos?
Is this how you do it?
Flack. Ugh.
Ow! Jacob, you're supposed to pull your punches. We're just sparring.
And so the next morning you wake up feeling marginally better. By marginally, I mean you've got a long rest. Emory still
She looks
looks about to pop.
rattled, but
You look like a beacon.
healthy.
You're just like.
What color energy is emanating through you? Is it lightning
Hang on.
or is it more icy shit?
Yeah, we can see it. I see it.
Gotta check our chaos bolt.
Yeah, exactly. It's force. So I think it's just like, it's almost like,
Force field shimmery.
yeah.
Nice. That's cool.
Every time
Emory looks like a mirage.
Every time somebody gets too close, you kind of like get taken aback a little
Yeah,
bit.
when you're moving through my space, you go slower. It's like,
You've always got like a little bit of wind pushing away from you now.
yeah.
I
Good
know
luck
we've
riding
been
a
really
horse.
stressed
That's
lately,
cool.
but I feel like you're putting up a bit of a wall.
As she's walking, some of you see that there's like dust that kicks up and just kind of hovers near her feet until she passes.
Oh.
That's sick. That's cool.
If I go through grass, it's like
Parts.
flowing.
Or
with-
parts.
Yeah.
That's like Kita from the Atlantis movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Very like that.
For those of us who have watched that movie.
Yeah.
Which if you haven't, it's a pretty darn good
It's a
Disney
good one.
film.
It's one of the it was
It's
during
one of
that
their
era
best.
of Disney where they were actually trying to do something different, and
Yeah.
it's really good.
That and Treasure Planet, they never went for it. Anyway,
That's because that studio was given free reign to do whatever the hell they wanted because they were focusing on Pixar.
Mm.
That's why that studio pulled out some kick-ass movies
so
and then
good.
got shut down.
Just fair warning to you guys, my magic feels fucking weird today. So,
It looks pretty fucking
be
weird.
cautious. Let's hope we don't get in a fight.
we
I
don't
never
generally
wanna
like
get into
want
a fight.
fights, except to be other than the one in Boston. But fights kind of just find us.
I know, but let's hope we don't.
So don't kick in a door today. All right.
Hey,
Got
Benny, have you ever ridden a horse before?
No.
Okay. Elliot, you should help him out with that.
Yeah, I'll take Benny. Who's Jake?
I'll
Yeah. Jacob, you sort yourself
Jacob's
out.
on the broom.
Yeah, I'm giving Jacob the broom unless we get around too many people, or until we get around too many people.
That thing needs a saddle. It's painful.
So I'm gonna take Benny and I'm just gonna pick him up and set him up on the horse and
Supposed to
say, hold
rest
still.
on it, not shove it up there. You're doing it wrong.
Wait, never mind. I didn't want to know. Elliot just kind of turns around and looks like, what? I don't even want.
All I was gonna say, it was very painful when it suddenly was just up in the air.
Try a side saddle next time.
There you go.
Benny is firmly up on the horse.
Yeah, and then Elliot will swing up behind him. He'll give him his normal spiel about hang on to me and don't flop around and don't kick the horse.
Okay. It's way up here.
It is. It'll be fun though.
A hell of a lot lower than that dragon thingy.
Meanwhile, Jacob's on the broom. Whee! Whee!
He does a couple of laps and then he remembers he's supposed to be serious. So he pulls up next to Elliot's horse, just ready to go.
Stone face.
Stone face.
1,000-yard stare. Yeah.
All right.
I had to earn this broom.
Tell them stories. Oh my God, yes. I love it.
God. Now we got Elliot Jr. over here.
You know what I did to get this broom?
Remember, Jacob, a lot of those words are not repeatable.
He attempts to do the cool cowboy spit off to the side, but he just kind of
Runs
rolls
down
off
his
the-
yeah.
It just drools.
Yeah, you're gonna have to work at your spitting. You're not quite there yet.
You better not be giving him any tobacco.
I don't have any tobacco.
You can find some bubblegum somewhere.
Yeah.
So you got the look at least.
Besides, everybody knows real cowboys. They don't. If they can't get tobacco, they find buffalo manure and they use that.
Oh,
That
that's
is horrific.
gross.
Do not remember that, Jacob. For the love of God, that is not a thing.
Yeah. I'm guessing Jacob probably is giving me the look that the DM is giving
Yeah.
me right at this
yeah,
moment.
very sour faced, like, I'm okay.
And then,
Mel would like
I
to
don't
insight
need
check
that.
Elliot, but Mel's really bad at that. So she's
Mel
just
looks
gonna
at him
look
really
at him
hard for a
skeptically.
minute. Like, whatever.
and then what Elliot sees you doing and he winks at you.
Ah,
And so, yeah, you guys are able to set off. I'm assuming you take pretty much the same path back you took to get here.
Yeah, but not the speed that we.
Right, a little more leisurely.
We need to go slow because we worked these horses hard yesterday.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go, but we need to take a nice sedate pace today.
I'm gonna be keeping an eye out for Lucifer, though.
Yes.
Indeed. We're going to see him from a ways.
I feel like we're gonna
He's a big boy.
hear him for a
Yeah.
ways.
It's a round of perceptions for this leg of your return trip.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one. Oh, well, it's not great.
Ooh,
because I have
nice.
a -1. Anyway,
Passive 16.
17 for Elliot.
15.
I got above my passive.
Sorry, I was writing
Small
notes.
victories.
It never happens.
Right. It's the win.
Passive.
Okay.
I rolled my passive, so.
So most of what you see is there's a decent amount of wildlife in the area. Birds, some deer chilling. You're seeing that they're starting to move into the human areas more and more and more as the human areas are less human than they were before.
Nature takes control.
As you're riding through you're right near a handful of towns. And you see a lot of these towns have got pretty intentionally built fences. They're pretty scrabbled together. They're definitely not they weren't original fences, but there's pretty good chunks of each town you ride past that appears to be fenced off. And you can see some folks inside it just kind of shuffling around. But other than that, you're not seeing anything too crazy on for 17 was the highest, I believe.
Yep.
But so it does take most of the day. Nothing too insane is going to happen today, so we're able to just kind of get back to the park. And if I remember, she showed you exactly which house she lived at, which was conveniently just off the park.
Yep.
So you're able to get over there and store your horses in your inventory and knock on the door.
What button is it to get off a horse again?
I'm so encumbered.
X.
James is accidentally jumping the horse. Wrong one. You knock on the door, and Mom, who I left unnamed, I believe, opens the door, and immediately just, oh my God, Benny!
Elliot will grab Benny and just kind of swing him off the side of the horse.
And he gives his mom a big hug. There's just a bunch of sobby, cryy, happy sounds. They go into the house, and Mom just kind of leaves the door open, kind of gestures you can come in after her.
Someone else is gonna have to take the lead. I don't do this.
No, it's fine, ma'am. We do have to get going, but we're glad we got Benny back for you.
You do see she has a fair bit of bags packed up. She's obviously getting ready to leave herself. She's like, no, that's fine. There's some folks gonna help us out of here. We're on our way out of town too.
All
Which
right.
direction you heading?
We're heading west,
Okay.
heading back up into the mountains.
Yeah.
What are these people dressed like that are helping you out?
Do they dress like?
Yeah, what kind of
I
clothing?
I think a better question would be is it a group of you that live here that are all going west, or
Is it like a religious
were you
movement that's helping
approached
out?
by some folks?
Yeah, there's a group in town's been feeding folks. Group in town's been feeding some folks. They say that they've got a safe spot in the mountains that we can move to.
Ma'am, you shouldn't go with them. I know that they've been feeding people, and I know why that's good, but they are bad people, and you should try to avoid them if you can.
I'll stay in here. My son just got attacked by something.
I
What was
understand.
that?
You wouldn't believe us
really
if we
don't
told
know.
you.
Yeah, it was
very
a
unusual.
flying dragon. If you really want to know. But-
Ish, dragonish.
Yeah, I don't want to be in a town that has those.
I
Just
understand.
Be wary of these people. They're not what they seem.
They're
very
not what they
cult-like.
Just keep an eye out, and if things seem shady, just get the hell out of
It
there.
is
Can
shady.
you
Well-
do that?
Don't get involved in their religious shit.
She's been really. She's just down the block. She's coming. We're leaving.
Okay, well, we need to go.
Oh, yep,
Do
we
me
got
a favor. This is actually, this is the fee. This is what you owe us. You have not seen us, and we were not here.
Okay, I mean, Chantel seemed really nice.
I'm
but
sure she
I'm
does,
sure
but
she seems fantastic.
this is important, and you don't know, and that's fine. This is important. We saved your son, and we're glad, was happy to do it. Do not tell anybody that we were here.
Oh, okay.
All right, thank you.
Jacob, you should probably come off the broom.
I think I'm
He's
going.
we're in a populated area. He's off.
Fair.
I think though, especially Jacob having watched Benny and his mom get reunited, I'm going to ask Jacob. You know what, Jacob? You should ride with me for the rest of the night.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's probably a good idea.
Hand me your broom, bud. I'll stow it for you.
Okay. He doesn't, no objection.
Because I feel like that would be heartbreaking for him.
Yeah. Let's get moving.
Yeah,
I
we
don't-
gotta go.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can see the one she pointed out is starting to kind of make her way this direction anyway, the
Okay.
Chantel.
Time to leave.
Yep.
The okay.
And we do the proper Western ride off into the sunrise.
You do her call, the Chantel kind of holler like, "Oh, you found!" Okay.
We pretend we didn't hear her.
We're perfect. We're Shane. We do not look back.
Yep.
Who's Shane?
Yeah, that's not a reference I get either. Sorry.
It's an old Western.
Gotcha.
It's an old Western.
Fair enough.
I think we ride as far as until dark.
Perfect. Yeah, you guys are able to set up a comfortable camp again. At this point, I am going to lean a little bit on Kasey for descriptions. This is,
We're
Yeah.
starting in the edge of the plains.
yeah, we're firmly in your neck of the
This is home turf for you.
woods.
So, what is our route heading across?
The most obvious route that I saw, based purely off of maps.
I-76.
Okay.
Sure.
That's the interstate that cuts through that direction.
Then if it takes you through Fort Morgan, it's that one.
It It is that is
That's the one. Then yes. All I know is Fort Morgan's on the route.
Yeah.
I don't know the name. Oh.
It's also one of the ones like that you take to head east.
Gotcha.
76 and 70 are really the two options, and we're too far north to catch 70. If
Okay.
we were back down by the airport, we would take 70 because that's the one that's down there. But we've already made it all the way back up here, and we had to cut through Brighton to get there, so we're closer to 76.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Bobby.
So I knew that.
Listen, I have driven 76, the stretch between Fort Morgan and Denver, probably a couple hundred times. Like,
I'm sorry.
that is where I got most of my driving hours for learning how to drive.
Yeah.
It's fucking miserable. It's the reason I got into listening to podcasts, because that stretch of the drive is so boring that I was actively falling asleep. So,
That checks out.
And weirdly enough, you don't want to do that when you're driving.
no.
I have scars to prove why that's a bad plan.
Yeah. I
I wish I was making that up.
napped in a lot of those small towns.
What road is this? What are you road? 74 is what this says.
74.
That I-76 went from I-25 to I-70 North. I thought that was I-76.
Battle of the
I could be wrong.
Front Rangers.
76 cuts up through Nebraska.
Let's be fair, Elliot is a ranger, so.
Oh no,
I'm referring to the players.
we're talking. This is
Battle of the
This
Front
is a
Range
player
folks.
discussion.
I just completely gapped. What's your town's name?
Fort Morgan.
Fort Morgan. I know I just said it, but darn.
oh no, okay, I see. Yep, no, I'm wrong.
Guys, I'm stuck
It's
in
okay.
my hole.
So yeah, it looks like you'll join 76
Yeah.
shortly
I mean,
before Morgan.
We said that we were cutting through Brighton to get to the airport, which means that we were west of Brighton, and 76 goes through there as well.
Yeah,
I do not know why, but Google Maps does not want you to take 76.
Oh.
It has you taking the highway right next to it.
It might be fucking cold out there. It gets shut down sometimes.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. That might be why. So I was going to say, this is not the route I pulled up
There
last
are
time.
some days where, like, all of the actual roads in the eastern plains are closed because it's so windy and icy that you just can't drive anywhere.
I've got it up on my phone. Are you trying to find mileage or something?
No, I'm just rough mappage, rough directions. So yeah, what are they seeing? What are you guys seeing as you're riding through this area?
I
a lot.
spy with my eye.
Is it brown?
How did you know?
Grass.
Corn?
The trees are just starting. It's May, so the trees are just starting to, like, they've just got, like, the leaves starting to come out. Things aren't quite greening up yet on the plains. In a couple weeks, it'll actually be really pretty, like the green rolling hills and whatnot. But right now, things are still pretty brown and dead.
And I feel like Emory said that with a level of aggression only related to someone who's experienced playing I Spy in the plains in the winter. Is it brown?
Head tree.
How
Could be
did you
worse. It could be
know?
white.
Most stretches of this, there's not even farmland. It's just plains. When you get close to the towns, there's farmland. But until you're cutting through, and honestly, if we're trying to avoid people, we might leave the interstate for a bit and just go around the towns and then cut back in. Because the interstate cuts through the middle of most of these little towns, Kersey and Hudson and
Wiggins.
Wiggins. So, Wiggins is nothing, but yeah. It's long, long stretches of jack shit.
Fuck all. Yeah.
You go in a straight line for 8 to 15 miles. You make a slight turn. You go in a straight line for 8 to 15 miles. You make a slight turn. You go in a straight line for 8 to 15 miles.
So every 3/4 of a day, we have to change course.
Yeah.
And rotate. Okay, let's go.
We're playing the license plate game, like seeing how many states we can collect off the license plates just if we're riding past cars that are stopped in these. But even then, they're not that many.
This
It's
game's a
mostly
hell of a lot
Colorado and
easier when
Oklahoma.
the cars aren't moving.
Yeah,
I
there's
have-
some Nebraska.
I have 150 for Kansas.
Ohio is weirdly common.
Yeah.
That's unusual.
So according to Google, the route that makes the most sense, which can't possibly be correct, to get you guys overall, the next major city you would come anywhere near would be Omaha. So I'm sure there's folks in Omaha laughing that I called it major,
city.
but
yeah.
that is
Omaha, Nebraska?
the majorist. Yeah.
It's all small towns. In
Oh, yeah. Omaha, Nebraska. Yeah, that's reasonable.
How many miles is this?
A lot.
long ways.
From
That's a
Fort
lot of
Morgan
nothing.
to Denver, it's 80 miles.
And from Fort Morgan to Omaha?
Omaha?
A lot.
Omaha.
It's not. It's further than Denver.
Yes.
So like 3.
I thought Omaha was like central Nebraska for some reason.
Yeah.
So what? A couple hundred?
400 or
miles?
500 miles.
Yeah. It's a click.
You guys think the Colts made it all the way out there too?
That's only a 6-hour drive.
If-
460 miles.
That's
Sorry.
only
only a 6-hour drive.
that's only a 10-day ride on horseback.
Well, if they could spontaneously appear with their own little castle in the middle of a mountain in nowhere, they probably did that everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is gonna be a long, boring ride to East Coast, guys. This road will take us pretty far. 76 will if we stay relatively close to it, but like it's going to be a fucking trek.
I miss cars.
Not to like alarm anybody or anything, but you think maybe we should work on Olnok's little problem?
Yes.
What
Which
problem?
one?
What happened?
The bipolar? The werewolf?
Oh yeah, I
The
forgot about that
The
werewolf.
one. That's a
solvable
good
one.
one.
I don't really care
Probably
about the
do that.
bipolar. That's way above my pay grade.
And honestly, it's helped y'all out so far. I haven't been getting hurt very much when I'm super pissed off. So
Yeah.
I don't think that's the werewolf.
no, doesn't appear to be.
Yeah.
Um,
That's the
That's just the
unregulated rage.
absolutely
I'm just
Just
saying that
unbridled
like,
rage.
I
feel
know
constantly.
I
You
know
know,
we need to keep going.
Before we
yes,
get going a
but-
long ways, we probably ought to talk to Jeff. And Jeff, we're planning on going into
The lion's
the
den.
Lion's Den
Yeah.
with the Moritar.
You wanted to find somewhere for us to leave. I mean,
If
with
you
the
see a spot,
Pub
you-
Inn,
Mm-hmm.
You don't know us nothing.
Yeah, I think the next major town.
Okay.
So Omaha it is then.
Yeah, I mean, if that's where I don't know. If that's where what makes
it's
sense.
a lot of small towns for.
Yeah, there's going to be a bunch
Gotcha.
of little towns.
Yeah,
which-
I have a hunch. If small towns work here like they did where I'm from, they don't take kindly to strangers, and they definitely don't take kindly to strangers that look as I do.
Fair.
You know, you'd be
it depends
surprised.
on the town.
These folks out here, they're pretty helpful.
And honestly, these smaller towns are probably where there's going to be a lot less of this chaos.
Yeah.
Like people band together in times of trouble.
Yeah,
Like
they have to.
come
They're on
together.
their own.
And these are the places, these are where the farmers are. These are where like people have the ability to actually like survive and
Yeah, so they might be much more accommodating
Weather
than you
this.
think they would be.
Yeah, you all know the area better than I do. I'm happy to defer judgment to what y'all
Okay,
think
well, we
is
didn't
best.
figure you probably wanted to go all the way with us.
No,
I-
that ain't gonna happen. I ain't going to Mortar.
Yeah, no, that's understandable. Well, we'll try to find a decent town. Hopefully, we'll find some folks that'll take you in.
we'll be cutting right through the town I grew up in. I still have family there.
Which
I
town's that?
Rush. I don't know. Is it weird to like have my character actually be from the town that I'm from?
I don't think
No.
so.
I don't think
You
so.
are now the
I
second
know
person
it
I've met
better.
from Brush, Colorado.
I'm from Fort Morgan. Rush is the next town over.
Oh. Never mind.
I
Hence the
said Rush
funny.
because it's really close to Fort
Yeah.
Morgan.
I didn't realize they were that close.
At 10 miles.
I went to college with a gal from Brush.
Yeah, they're our high school rival team. Rush beat Diggers.
Oh, well, never mind. I'm sure.
Brush
you
what
hated-
now?
I'm sure you
Beet
hated
diggers.
her.
Beat diggers?
Sugar
Yeah.
beets.
Sugar beets. Morgan
That's
has
something
the
you don't
last
want as a
name.
chant that you
Oddly-
mispronounce.
That's weird.
No, listen.
Exactly.
All of our
He's not wrong.
when we have pep rallies for homecoming, they're all beat themed. And there was one year where the activity that people were competing in was holding a sugar beet in your mouth and carrying it crawling across the gym floor, and whoever got to the other side first would win, because it's fucking hard to carry a sugar. They're the fucking they're this big. They're the size of your head.
I didn't realize that they were that big.
Why do I
Yeah.
feel like the dentists in town made a
It
lot
did
of
not
money off
look
that?
like they cleaned them that well.
I feel like that's a theme that's been beaten to death.
Oh my
No.
god.
That
It
was
is.
that was.
You guys
bad.
keep encouraging him. I
That
just
one
say
was
it. You
atrocious
encourage.
though.
Man, now I'm all beat red.
I'm from a town called Fort Morgan. This road will cut directly through it. We will be passing through, and it's been a while since I've talked to my family, but I would be willing.
Okay.
If you want me to, I would ask them to host you.
That is 100% your call. I would be hopefully able to be an asset to somebody. But
It's not. They're a fairly welcoming town. There are
okay.
people there that take care of each other, and I know that for a fact.
I mean, just look at some of the other small towns. They already had bartering systems going.
That's fair.
Yeah, and
There's some really haunted houses though.
If we're doing that method, then there's a break coming up, so I can learn about your family.
Are we going all the way to Fort Morgan today?
Yeah, I mean, they're just traveling at the time.
Yeah. All right.
Well, I mean, I don't know if it'll be
Shit all
today in your world, but
I mean,
today in
the
our
real
session,
world.
yeah.
Okay. That's what I was asking.
Yeah.
Well,
You guys are having this chat over one of your 15-night trips. As you
it's
crawl
only
across the
80
plains.
miles. That's 4 days.
So this will be the first evening or whatever.
Yeah. All right.
We're
Well, I'm
all-
gonna go have nightmares.
I was gonna say, wait, what? We're really, really busy avoiding the whole werewolf problem, and I really would like to address that at some
How
point.
close
before
are
the
we
next
to the
one.
full moon?
Yeah. What's
Because
the
it sounds like
moon
we should
phase?
be close, and it's
Yeah.
probably gonna catch us one of these
Ooh,
I
I don't
feel
want to
like
deal with that
I-
out in the middle
I-
of nowhere.
I
in the
think
plains, dude. That's not a good spot for that to happen.
I was gonna say, I think we're probably almost 2 weeks in. I think we're about halfway.
Yeah, I think you're
aren't we?
pretty close to
We gotta
halfway.
see. According to the notes that we found, the remove curse spell should take care of it, but I don't know how to find someone that has that spell.
Maybe one of us can do it. Remove curse.
I can't even name any of myself.
I feel nothing. I feel nothing.
I'm gonna concentrate and try to remove curse, and all I do is cast reduce on you. And
I wanna
cast
say-
it.
Oh god. Oh god.
Oh god.
Oh
I just get real
We
slow.
gotta roll first. We
Oh,
gotta roll first.
I wasn't even thinking
And-
about it.
Okay.
I'll roll for it.
Where'd the book go? There it is.
Duck and cover.
At 20.
Still safe. All right. Am I
But
just
now you have
smaller
to go
now?
quarter
How
the
small
size.
did you
You're
make me?
It's half size.
Elliot, you got
I'm
all
3
the
feet.
magic
I'm
things.
3
Did you-
feet.
Can you do
4.5 inches, give or take.
I already tried to cast the lesser restoration on him, and it didn't help.
What about that thing where you can see
Cannot believe I'm
colors?
still dodging that.
This is
Colors?
insane.
Well,
Oh, like he said that like the undead were weird green or whatever.
yeah, and the
Oh, yeah,
elves
yeah,
are
yeah.
limes. Do you think you could go find us some more limes?
You guys have got to be pretty close to
Oh,
the
you know what they say?
16th.
Limes are nature's remove curse.
I'm just saying, so
Never
far,
have heard that in my
elves
life.
have been the most helpful otherworld
Limes are
creatures that we
nature's
have
remove
encountered.
Oh, gotcha. No.
And it
Oh, you're meaning
seems-
find more fey people.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
like if we found some more elves or fae or whatever these magical things
I don't know.
are.
Our track record with the Fae, like we met those elves that were really bad at combat. Then there was the ones that led us to
Well,
the
to be
cult.
fair, they were high, but
Fair.
Super hot.
I said high, not
Oh,
hot.
I thought hot.
Well, the second Fae were meh.
But my point
green
being
one
is
was
that
really
they at least have a knowledge of this, and they do not appear to be inherently evil.
They just like playing tricks on people.
I don't know. Maybe there's something else besides fae,
Everything she
something
told
not
you
lime.
was accurate.
Fair. It was a way to remove it.
I
Just,
mean,
you know, the rest
she
of his
omitted a couple
humanity.
of details.
Yeah.
The day we delivered Benny back to his mom was the 14th.
14th. So it is, what's it called? Waning? It's just past a waning half. Approaching a waning quarter.
Yeah, so it's basically full moon on the 16th.
No, waning.
So
Waxing's
it's
growing.
smaller.
Yeah.
So it'll be.
I meant
it'll be
new
new
moon,
moon.
new moon.
New
Sorry.
moon will be
I
the.
said
That's
new
the
moon
second
in my
movie.
head.
Gotcha. New moon would be the 19th.
Okay.
So you got a little bit of time. Might be something maybe we can handle in Fort Morgan.
Yeah, maybe. I'm gonna try again, and I cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter.
You have
So
to
now
make
you're tiny.
a.
You're so now you're tiny.
What is it? A
and
wisdom
halfling.
saving
Yeah,
throw?
so
Yeah,
you
it's
have
a
to
wisdom
make a
save.
wisdom save.
Okay. My wisdom is terrible. All right.
What joke do you tell him?
8.
Yeah, you
It
failed.
doesn't matter.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
I'm going to laugh
Werewolf joke?
uncontrollably.
Uncontrollably for like a minute straight or something, isn't it?
Yeah.
You should. Can you stop thinking about that spell? I think he's gonna be.
Wait, hold on.
himself.
A creature with an intelligence score of 4 or less isn't affected.
Oh, then you're fine.
It's not quite that low. It's at an 8. It's not great.
It's a 6, thanks.
Yeah, it's above that. Yeah.
It only lasts a minute.
Yeah. You laughed really goddamn hard for a minute.
You have to tell a joke.
I can't come up with jokes. They kind of just happen. The jokes are thrust upon me.
I'm
No, they're not thrust upon you.
But yeah.
I am the conduit for which the jokes erupt.
No, that won't work. I was gonna say, what if we just, before Olnok turned all werewolfy, we just throw him in the portable hole?
And then just pick up the
Well,
hole.
then you gotta fold the hole up and throw it somewhere. It's like I'll be
Is it
trapped
going to
in
be
the hole.
oxygen in the hole?
Yeah, that could be a
Because I
problem.
know we put a lot of our
No idea.
It's a hell of a way to die.
Yeah.
There's
Just
that.
suffocate.
Glory,
Mel thinks
what a
that
hell
could
of a
work.
way to
I, as a
die.
player, know that that cannot work because there's only 10 minutes of air in the hole.
We can experiment.
And you are a
over the
werewolf
next
for
couple
quite a lot
days
longer
to
than
see
10
if-
minutes.
Yes. This is true.
I can try this while we're riding. Cast Primeval Awareness.
Okay.
I'd be in my favorite train. It gives me 6 miles. Again, it's just as likely that nothing comes up.
Yeah, especially when we get closer to the towns, that's worth doing. See if there's anyone in a town that's picked up magical powers.
And you
Well,
can,
I don't think it'll. Well,
Yeah.
the
Well,
player can tell you it
Yeah,
won't find that.
Find that, but
I
It's
probably
very
dropped concentration on that
specific.
laughter spell.
Yeah,
about
I'm
30
pulling it up here in a
seconds in.
second. It will find aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead.
Boy, that would have been real helpful when we were fighting half dragon.
What, you didn't know
you would
they
have
were
known they
there?
were there.
Been a waste of a spell slot.
I don't know that we had time for that sort of thing.
Ah, it's a dragon. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Fair.
That's awesome. What the hell is an aberration?
Oh, basically monsters.
Okay. So,
Does it pick up whole rock?
you for sure can sense that there's undead. Kind of.
That's uncomfy.
For the sake of conversation, we got a 3-day trip to Fort Morgan. I assume you're pinging this every now and again.
No, this is the last 1 minute. That's it. I'm only going to cast
Right,
it.
but like you're doing it every now and again, yeah.
Like every.
over the
But you
couple
just do
of
it in
days.
one spot and hope something's within 6 miles.
I'm giving the DM an opportunity to give us a direction if he wants us to go.
You,
Plot hook.
like I said, if you ping it, well,
Like I says, it takes 1 minute. It only lasts for a minute,
yeah.
and I'm not going to do it more than once a day. And it gives me an area, a 6 mile.
So you're just pinging radar like once a day.
Yeah, once a day. Well, it would be 6 mile radius because I'm in favorite terrain.
Nice.
So I like says, yeah, sure, undead, that makes sense.
So one of the times that you ping it, you're near a town,
Okay.
near enough a town that you can tell that the undead are in the fenced off areas.
Okay.
Oh, that's interesting. They're just penning them.
Um,
I wonder what that
Easier than
means.
killing them. Again.
you out on the
Free
edges
range
again.
zombies.
You're kind of sort of feeling the elemental vibes you've been getting,
Which I haven't identified those yet.
No. You do detect a new sensation.
A new sensation.
Uh, to your west.
Okay.
You've not felt this one before. And we'll say that you do indeed feel a new sensation also in the direction you are traveling.
Okay.
Do you,
But we were specifically curious about Fae. I did know what Fae were.
Yeah.
We're not picking any Fae.
you're picking up what you would detect to be minor Fae. Nothing
Very
near as
minor.
strong as
Okay.
the hot chick.
All right.
Oh, it's probably some more Tommy knockers if they're minor Fae.
There are no minds out this direction.
You can hear Mel rolling her eyes.
Like I said, they kind of just happen.
For what it's worth, the new sensation in the direction you're traveling doesn't feel negative
Okay.
in the way that undead and it doesn't feel. So the new
Malevolent?
sensation to your west feels kind of neutral in the way elementals feel.
Mhm.
The new one feels maybe positive.
Okay. I will inform the group of what. Since everybody made fun of my colors, I'll let y'all figure out what it's like.
If it helps, I'm now thinking of them in colors.
Thanks.
Kind of liked it.
Makes sense to me. That
Yeah.
works in my brain.
Did you find any
I
lives?
like the colors.
Uh, very.
type question mark?
Yeah. There was a very, very minor Fae I was able to detect. A lot of undead around.
Oh, I love that.
We'll say that the color you feel to the west is dark red. And the color you feel to the direction you're traveling east is a like whitish, yellowish maybe.
Like inner healing light type whitish yellowish, or like I left the fluorescent light bulb on.
So either somebody who's not energy efficient.
He said that he felt positive.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so I'm gonna go for the healing light because I need to feel happy about something.
That would be nice to feel once in a while.
Jesus.
What's
Happy
joy?
or to feel, period. There, James.
So yeah,
This is not
and as you're
wallowing in
picking
a
it once a
stew.
day, that vibe is getting stronger the closer you get to Fort Morgan.
You could say I'm stewing.
We're
with my
now firmly
thoughts.
going to Fort Morgan.
Yeah, we're
So you guys are traveling on 34 from where you were. That'll join 76. And this is just flat farm country. Lots of circles, a lot of Pac-Men.
A lot of pivot sprinklers.
Yeah.
I love how hard it is for you to wrap your brain around the pivot sprinklers.
You pass a couple of pretty good-sized reservoirs. It's starting to kind of green up right through where you guys are going because you're right near water.
I know it didn't come from the mountains, but I'm starting to miss mountains.
Oh, Fort Morgan by driving is 15 minutes away from being able to see the mountains. So Wiggins was the last time we saw the mountains. They are no longer on the horizon.
Which Wiggins is right when you hit I-76. Well, right after-ish. But you're going along and it is flat and it gets a lot tanner through this area. Still a shitload of circles, a couple of Pac-Men.
From the road, it mostly just looks like you can see the farms, but it's a lot of dead grass, a few scattered houses.
One incredibly small racetrack.
Really?
It's the I-76 Speedway.
Huh.
And they're off, and they're done.
yeah, it's tiny.
I feel like by day 2 where we're 99 broken down cars on the road. 99 broken down cars.
And after a little while, you guys enter the booming metropolis of Fort Morgan.
I'm sensing sarcasm.
It's a mile across. That's the main town.
We've already discussed how much we don't want to visit large cities. We're fine. This is fine.
This is exactly what we're after. Yeah.
This is not a large city.
Olnok, don't kill anyone.
Okay. I'm locked in. You gotta be right.
Unless
Be
the
nice
quest they
and
need.
friendly.
Also, do not tell anyone that we've killed people.
that is probably best
Like
practice.
that goes for
Olnak.
all of you, but Olnak
But
specifically,
yeah.
do not mention it.
I,
He
for some
needs
reason,
told.
like to brag. I don't know why.
Don't talk.
These are not people that would be impressed by that.
Gotcha.
That'd be like me walking into a police station and say, "Hey, I'm a chronic thief,"
I steal everything.
Just like you should know.
as I'm in the process of stealing their pens.
Has anybody been impressed with the fact that we're murderers?
No.
I'm not impressed.
No.
I'm not murdering. I'm self-defensing. It's different.
You don't fence. You hit people with a hammer.
Self-defense. Self-defense.
Anyway,
About a mile or so, it looks like, before you hit Fort Morgan, you branch off of 76 onto West Platte, which takes you right through some farms. You pass like a really irrigation district that looks to be a industrial-ish area.
Yeah, some broken down houses and shop fronts. There's a really spread out subdivision, like the kind where you get an acre, but it's like in like this whole fenced in area with all of the houses.
Pass a very small radio company,
Mhm.
KFTM.
Mhm.
Small itty bitty building with a big ass antenna. I'm assuming a big antenna.
Yeah.
There's a there's a little country comfort motel and RV park
Yeah,
that you
it
pass
is.
by.
Don't stay there.
Don't do it.
do you think they need fixing? We could sleep in an actual bed.
You know, no.
Okay.
I mean, we still have that one fancy mending spell thingamajiggy, right?
We being Emory. Is
Yeah.
Emory still crackling? It's been 3 days.
Good.
She's
Has-
crackling 3 days less.
Yeah.
She's
I'm back down to
crackling
11
less. Oh, yeah, you're still crackling.
after 3 days.
Yeah, she pulses like every other minute.
Would you be close enough to be able to smell the beets coming up this road?
Yes.
Yes.
But the factory's probably out.
Factory would be out, but I'd imagine there'd be a lot of beets in it still.
Oh, so they have that weird, like, earthy mildewy
But they're
sugar
not really
smell?
processing. So, like, the smell comes from the processing.
Okay.
It's also still early enough spring. I can't imagine they have.
They've probably worked through a lot of them through the winter. There's probably not a ton left.
Okay, so maybe you don't really notice it
Yeah.
then. Okay.
Yeah. Not nearly as much as you would in the winter.
Nice. So it smells like a town then. It does not smell particularly
Do you guys smell that?
unique.
smell town.
For anyone else
It smells
listening,
towny.
He's like, do you smell that?
usually
and I'm
it
like,
smells bad.
and I'm like, I smell that I need a shower.
Yeah.
Wow, this is probably the freshest this town has ever been.
Definitely have a moment where you're like, did we come to the right town? Is
You're
this?
like, huh. Usually if I've got the windows open, I regret it.
That's like Wiley, Colorado. I don't know if anyone's been there, but that's where they move a lot of cattle through there. And like in the dead of summer, you get the wind just right. Everything smells like
Oh.
shit.
For players' reference that wasn't in the room when we were talking about stuff, Fort Morgan is a small town. The main things there, other than agriculture, there's a sugar beet factory, which smells like rotting peanut butter most of the year.
Oh.
Nice.
There's Cargill,
smell.
which burns off the blood from the meat they are processing. There's the Loprino cheese factory, which doesn't smell great. And then there's cattle and there's feedlots not that far outside of town, and people spread manure on their fields in the winter.
So people don't really. So us smelling like death isn't gonna
Isn't gonna
really.
bother these people at all.
Yeah.
They might
I
not
think
notice.
I think me being from Fort Morgan is part of the reason why nasty smells don't get to me as much as they do to other people. Dealing with compost and rotting vegetables on the farm was not really an issue for me.
I don't know. Vegetable organic rotting is unpleasant,
There's-
but not like gag-inducing. The gag-inducing's where you
I worked
like when
with a
you
bunch
add
of
in.
people that were
Really?
like throwing up smelling
Oh.
compost.
I guess to
Wild
me,
stuff.
it only gets to me when you start introducing animal fats.
Yeah, animal reeks.
Yeah.
One of the nicest buildings you pass as you're coming down this road is the mortuary.
We definitely don't want to stay there.
It's a nice 2-story plantation
Still have nightmares
style.
from the last one.
Yeah.
Nice thing is there's a lot of very big, well-developed trees everywhere you're looking. So you're not getting that as much of that open plain agoraphobia effect. Because everywhere you're looking is obscured by tree.
That's nice.
And you cruise for a while. Emory's obviously taking the lead at this point because you're going to her house and none of you know where that is.
Okay, Emory, were there a lot of like older sick people here? I'm just wondering how many undead we're gonna have to deal with.
Was there a local sanitarium back in the day?
Not a ton. I
Oh,
mean,
good.
there's an assisted living facility that I know of.
I'm just
We'll
hoping that
avoid the hospital.
I'm just
That,
hoping that undead doesn't feature highly in this trip.
That mortuary we passed, did it have the door busted out?
You know what? We didn't even look.
Yeah, we saw a sign that said mortuary that way. Like, no.
Yeah, boy.
We're not riding that close. I mean, we're a few blocks away from the cemetery, so but we're not that close to it. So I mean, chances are.
You know, actually, it's been a minute since we've had to fight undead.
And
That's
I would
good.
like it to be several more.
Let's go
Fair.
hours if we can.
Yeah.
So you guys read most of the way through town. And Emory has you turn on a street called Grant. It's Grant Street. And before long, you pull up in front of
It's like 2 blocks.
yeah. You pull up in front of a very nice, it's a nice neighborhood. It's got a well-established vibe to it. These are not new houses. They're not in bad shape by any means, but this is not a new development neighborhood at all. And Emory pulls you up in front of a small 2-story blue-gray house. It's got a nice covered front patio. And she dismounts her horse and heads on up to the front door.
Yeah.
Very slowly, she makes sure that her horse is properly situated. And
Delaying as much as you possibly.
you've never seen her check her packs more to make sure they're all.
Emory,
You
are
good?
you good?
This is gonna be so awkward. I haven't talked to them in like a year.
Do you want me to come with you? I'm really good at breaking the ice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I
Hi, Emory's mom. This is Emory.
No, listen. Okay. I stopped talking to them because they are really cool with the fact that I'm gay. If I come up to the door with a very cute girl with me,
Oh, so we shouldn't send Elliot.
Elliot is the opposite of a cute girl.
that was the concern. It wasn't just like maybe not just you.
No, I totally get that. We should send Elliot. That'll just really confuse him. Oh no,
Okay.
better yet, send Jacob.
That goes down a whole different avenue of we ain't
All right,
touching that.
I'm just gonna go knock on the door.
I've tried to help.
I appreciate it.
We've made it
I
awkward
appreciate
enough that we forced Emory to go up through the door. Yeah.
Oh, that's
It's
helpful.
gonna be awkward no matter what.
All of these plan Bs are worse than plan As, so here we go.
I'm just gonna do it. Yep.
But Emory goes up onto the porch,
It's
takes a
unhelpful
deep
motivation.
breath, and knocks on the door.
Just a minute. Hey there, listener. I'm just going to jump in briefly. I just want to take a quick second and re-promote our Patreon. If you want to hear ad-free, unabridged, and early release episodes, we have those. If you want more quality content that only Patreon subscribers can gain access to, we have that. In fact, it's my understanding that the SideQuest crew got to take on an age-old foe of adventurers everywhere in this last episode. The Fearsome Door. In all seriousness, for $5 a month, you can gain access to over 7 hours of additional content, and that's just what we've released so far. That said, we here understand that everything in the world seems to be getting a bit more spendy, so if you are looking for a less financial way to show your love, please follow, like, subscribe, comment, download, review, or whatever your podcast app of choice allows. We appreciate you all. Now let's get back to Fort Morgan.
She sounds nice.
Instead, like all 6 of us are all gathered around you,
Yeah, you're like
hovering.
standing behind me on the porch.
Like, yeah, you're like
Olaf
right there
is,
at the
like,
door,
lurking
and
in the
all of
door
us are
frame.
like,
I have
Well,
my hands firmly in my pockets so I don't steal something.
good choice.
I feel like this is the kind of town where they don't typically lock their doors. Is that inaccurate?
Not during the day.
Not during the day.
Don't tell the
If
thief
you're
that.
if you're home during the day, you don't.
So the door you don't hear any locks unlocking. You just hear the door open up. And standing before you is a...
It's a woman. She looks very, very much like Emory, and like you guys are suddenly seeing when Emory was aged up like 30 years. That's basically what this woman looks like, but longer hair, maybe like shoulder length.
Yeah,
That's Emory's mom.
very, very kind face.
It's like I've met her before.
I know. It's like flashbacks.
She opens the door and she's just kind of like silent for a second in shock. Like,
Hi, mom.
Emory?
Yeah.
And she just tackles you in a hug. Oh my God, I
Okay.
didn't think we were going to see you again.
Very awkwardly hugs her back. Yeah, I mean,
Kenneth! Kenneth, Emory's home!
Wow,
oh
that's
my God,
wow.
Mom. It's a long story. I'm not. It's good to see you.
Sadie, get your stuff out of your sister's room. She's coming home.
Sadie's in my room.
Well, this is
Why is
escalating.
Sadie?
Come in, please.
This is going
Oh,
very
you made
well.
it just in time for dinner.
Oh, what are you? How are you cooking dinner?
Yep.
Dad's not grilling, is he?
Well, what's wrong with your father's grilling?
He burns everything.
But it's warm.
It's warm.
I guess.
On the
It's
outside.
better.
It's
yeah,
warm.
It's, better
It's not
than-
moving.
Okay.
It's not gonna kill you.
You know, I won't complain.
So brings you into this isn't a particularly huge house.
That's a large group for this little.
I feel like
sitting
we all
room.
shuffle in awkwardly
Yeah.
because we have not yet been directly addressed.
Oh, you brought friends.
Yeah, these are.
Quite the eclectic.
Yeah, we've been traveling together. This
She's not
is
wrong.
this
Yeah,
is
that's one way to put
Mel,
it.
Hi.
Elliot, James,
Hey.
Alnock,
What's up?
and Jacob, and Jeff.
That's well, it's a pleasure to meet you all. I'm Miss Sharon.
Hi.
Yes.
Nice to meet you, Miss Sharon.
Pleased to meet you.
And Kenneth is out back grilling, and apparently he's got his headphones in again because he isn't listening to me hollering for him.
That's what
He's
that
not,
smell is.
He does not. You cannot tell me he has headphones in. Headphones don't work anymore.
You have hearing aids?
Those won't work.
Those
anymore
ain't working either.
That's why he can't hear you.
He needs hearing aids. Just won't go get them.
Well, they won't work now.
They don't work anymore.
I mean, he might have put the headphones in, but
might
he's
be-
just ignoring you, man.
I mean, if we go out back, it might be less crowded.
Yeah, come on, he's out there cooking.
Okay.
We got some meat.
Yeah. There's
Must
a lot of
resist
cattle around
urge
here.
to
I'm not like everyone's got a cow in their freezer if they don't have a deer.
How's the freezing part of that going?
Oh, that's why they're eating it now.
Yeah, that's fair.
Odd.
That's pretty much all we've been eating, is trying to get through the meat.
Yeah.
Veggies can better.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, come.
Okay. All right.
She leads you out back, and it's a nice enough backyard. They've got a tramp back there.
Trampoline.
I'm like, oh, so this isn't the
The
first
awkward
stranger that
silence.
showed up.
Oh yes, the city tramp.
It's our turn to feed Johnny. But it's a nice enough backyard. Dad's got a cliche dad grill.
Yeah.
They got some nice enough patio furniture. It's been sitting out for a couple seasons, pretty obviously, but it's not falling apart in any way, shape, or form. Just sun bleached all to hell. You could tell that this was a very nice yard.
Back
Yeah.
when sprinklers and things were a thing.
The lawnmower doesn't work. Although it's May, it's just now
Right.
turning green. It's not
So say,
quite.
now it's a very fine
I need
field.
it yet.
It does still have the distinct, they've been edging for a long time, so the lawn is taller than the sidewalk or the walkways around it. And out back working the grill is Kenneth, who pretty average Joe, yeah.
Yeah, tall man. He's probably wearing a polo shirt. He's
New Balance sneakers,
yeah.
I'm
Dad
from
jeans.
all
Full dad.
my
Yeah.
people.
He's kind of like more not like a fancy polo shirt, but like a dad polo shirt. You know.
the cotton, not the golf.
Yeah. Yeah, tall brown hair. Looks a very, very unassuming guy.
He's got himself a ball cap on, so he's not having to deal with the sunlight. Working the grill, and he looks over and goes back to grilling, and then he looks back over again. Like, Emory? He takes headphones out of his ears.
Why do you have headphones in?
So I was listening to my tunes.
No, you weren't. They don't work.
Yes, mine
work.
does. It's the weirdest, damnedest thing.
Awkward.
Why does yours work?
I'm not a scientist, hon. I
Well,
don't
give
know.
me one of your headphones. Let me listen. What do you listen to?
Did any like black clouds come to you and offer you power and phones and
Remember when we said that
connectivity?
we
Are you
weren't
making
gonna-
deals,
Yeah.
Dad?
We're making this way worse.
Boy, that'd be
We don't talk to the dark things in this household, young
Oh,
lady.
thank God!
Yeah. Okay. I should
That's,
know
that's
better.
wise.
Thank you.
That's smart. Don't do that.
Don't do
As they
that.
say in the good book, don't do that.
I'm sure they. Yep.
Is that what that says?
That's the sum of it.
That's about right. Yeah. Probably.
Condense it down. That's pretty much where you end up. Don't make deals with the scary shit.
That is the most. You know what? If that book read like that, I might have read it.
But well, looks like I'm gonna have to get a bit more out of the freezer there.
If you don't mind, I mean,
Yeah, no.
we've got some stuff too. We can.
Be perfectly honest with you, I wasn't real sure how we're gonna eat it all in time, so
That's
it's
fair.
not really a freezer anymore. It's more of a keep it coolish.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, let's yeah, you guys like steak?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh, good. We got the grill nice and hot here. About 30 minutes, we'll have you guys some food.
A 30-minute steak? You know what?
We gotta make sure we cook it through.
Yeah, no, you're right.
You should really. Did you not get a thermometer?
It
Well,
was,
nothing else works. Why would those?
it was digital.
There's analog.
Emory,
Must
we've already
resist urge.
Emory, we've already proven that physics is optional now.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to
I'm
let it
fighting.
That's
Well,
a losing war.
James is a really good cook. You know,
Damn it,
he
had to
could
bring
give
me
you a
in.
hand.
What are you? What
Oh no, he looks awful young to be touching a man's cooking utensil back here.
Excuse
So-
me, sir.
He went to culinary school, Dad.
Well, I ain't got no truffles, so I don't know if he's gonna feel comfortable.
We met him serving food in a pub.
All right, well, maybe not. Maybe not. I'll just let you handle the grill. Sorry.
Yeah, we'll see if he can hack it here.
Can't bleed.
Under this roof here, we make sure things are cooked correct.
So it's gonna be extra well done then.
It's, that's why it's called that.
I was
That's
successful
not
in
correct,
resisting
but
the
okay.
urge to critique everything.
So, how's it been here? I mean, other places, shit's weird. Like, it's.
We don't use that kind of language in this household, young lady.
Oh, I'm not gonna fit in here well at all.
No.
Oh, you should just not
I know
talk.
it's been a while since we've seen you, but the rules haven't changed.
Yep.
Oh, Kenneth, stop! Smacks him.
No, so we can't swear, but we can hit. I'm cool with that.
Honestly.
All right.
It's just a firm disciplinary hand.
Yeah. I
So
mean,
you have to do something wrong first.
We've traveled
Notice
from
first.
Grand Junction. It's been a long trip.
Yeah.
Things are really weird and bad in most places. So, how are things going here?
Well, Nothing works
Yeah,
unless it's got gas. That works.
that is consistent across the state.
We've fenced off the cemetery.
Wow.
That was scary.
Yeah.
Yep.
We fenced off the whatever we have for medical care here.
There's the hospital.
The hospital.
Down by the high school.
And the high school became a triage center, and then that got fenced off because that went sideways pretty quickly.
Yikes.
A lot of folks left Denver.
Yeah.
A lot of folks came through here doing that. So there was a good scary period of time there where you had to lock your forts down, and
Probably a couple of house raids.
yeah. We lived just far enough off the beaten path. We didn't have to deal with that too much, but all the stores got broke into up along the interstate. There was that one night with the real scary stuff that we don't really. I don't know what that was.
Real scary stuff.
It was weird, scary, spooky stuff that did strange things, and we don't talk about that night.
I want to hear more about that.
Yeah,
Obviously.
like we would actually like to hear more about that because we've experienced some spookies of our own and are wondering what we're gonna get to.
Well, they could move through the walls like a ghost.
Uh-huh.
They seem to be in our dreams.
Okay.
I haven't done that one yet.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, we
With the
did,
Stanley, yeah.
right. The Homer Simpson freaks.
Yeah.
I don't.
This might be the
They don't
cleanest
remind me of the
language
Simpsons in any
episode
way, but
ever.
yeah, they went through the walls. They made your sister real seepy, but she's okay now.
I'm glad to hear that.
And
How long ago was this? Does the timeline line up?
yeah, not in any significant, meaningful sort of way.
It doesn't line up with the night we spent in the.
Nah, not in any
Stanley.
meaningful, significant sort of way.
Okay.
Weird.
That was weirdly deja vu-y.
Yeah.
That was
That night, that was scary. Lots of friends aren't around no more.
Yeah.
The Jacobys they moved.
Where?
Yep. They loaded up their wheelbarrow and
Wow.
walked what they could out of town.
Boy, just one wheeled it out of town.
All right.
Pastor Eric is still, having Sunday Mass, and we go more often now than ever. He started doing nightly services. And we figure with everything else going the way it's going, it's best to be there and get all the protecting we can get.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm sure he'd love to see you again. He hasn't seen you since you were a kid.
Yeah. I.
Be good to get you back there, and
I'm not.
we are so glad that you're back home and you're here.
I'm not staying. We're heading east. We're stopping by. What I have.
Why?
Reasons.
Beer run?
Oh, we have plenty of that here.
That's not even funny.
No, there's other stuff going on, and we're trying to do our best to help with it. And we're
You gotta go to Omaha?
That's not the end destination. We're going east.
The far
Sweetie,
east.
that wasn't safe before. You don't need to worry yourself with everyone else's problems. We just gotta keep you safe and sound and keep the family together the way it was supposed to be the whole time.
Out of character, I'm sensing future conflicts.
Yeah, well, we can talk about that more later.
Emory, I've got a plan to get us kicked back out again whenever you're ready.
Oh, I know some surefire ways.
I can just open my mouth. We probably won't be welcome here for a very long time.
That might be plan A. Mine might be
Is
plan B.
there any
Mage hand at the ready.
like miracles that have happened?
Oh, loads. Yeah.
Yeah.
Father Eric seems to have developed the gift of healing.
Oh, good. Good. I was hoping that was. Yeah. Well, I guess we might be paying Father Eric a visit anyway.
There's another group that set up a tent just on the south side of town. They seem to be doing healings and blessings down that way as well.
I suspect that maybe that group is better kept outside of town.
We run into people like that, and they're not
What they seem.
holy folk.
They appear to be very helpful, but they're extraordinarily unholy once you get to know them.
They did appear fully intact.
Ah, ah.
James, it's your best friend, bud.
I resent that remark.
You resemble that.
Stop, you're embarrassing me. Not in front of your dad.
I have actual competition for jokes and for food.
It's not. You're not. There is no competition for food.
Damn straight.
You are much better.
There ain't no
cook than Dave.
competition for food in this house.
Exactly.
I've
I
got
would
it
win.
on lock.
Don't. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, speaking of
Well,
which, I should probably try to flip the hot dogs finally.
Those were hot dogs.
I thought we were having steak.
Y'all haven't. I already started cooking hot dogs before I knew you were here.
Oh.
All right. Well,
They're only mostly black.
Mm.
yeah, a little char's good for you.
Yeah, buddy. Campfire seasoning.
You know, in the state of California, that's been known to cause cancer.
Everything
Oh,
in California
everything.
causes cancer.
True Proposition 65.
That's not the point.
You're not one of them Californian vegan folk, are ya?
Oh no, I'm definitely not vegan.
They ain't got no tofurkey.
Definitely not
Why
vegan.
was that the go-to?
I think I have some kale chips.
Son of a.
Those cannot possibly still be good.
Oh,
There's
I'm
no
sure
way.
they're
Opened that
horrible.
ages ago.
But I still have them.
Why?
I feel they've gained sentience. I keep throwing them out. They keep coming back.
Because waste not, want not.
Are you eating them?
Well, no, they're, at this point, it's sort of like that granola bar that lives in the glove comparttly of your car.
Just
like,
stays
if
there.
you
Last
get
case scenario,
super,
yeah.
like, if that's your measurement of all desperation.
Or
for
like
food.
airport cookies in your carry-on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What? What?
For the one guy at the table has no clue. What a weird metric you all
They're still in
understand.
there, aren't they?
They're not. I took them out.
Okay.
Anyway, Kasey had carry-on cookies in her
Okay.
bag forever.
Like
Just a
years.
wall.
Like
Several
years.
years.
Like most of the time I've
I've
known her.
flown with that backpack
Okay.
was 2020.
So yeah, literally most of the time I've known her.
Yeah, that was earlier this year.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's fine.
Anyway,
Again, it's that measurement. If we get to a point where the kale chips look good, we know we're starving.
This is a
the
real
zombies
problem.
won't eat those. We can use those for armor.
Those are not enough for armor.
No, probably not. Maybe after decades of sitting in a bag. I don't know.
That's what you use to like wean zombies off of human flesh.
I don't think there's a recovery process. There's no weaning.
About that time, Sharon comes back out with the steaks.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Kenneth shakes a little salt near him and throws them on the grill.
Oh.
Just salt? That's it. Just salt? Just salt.
This here is grade A Colorado beef.
Oh my god.
You don't need to hide the flavor.
I prefer some flavor.
My
Guys, I'm
This
doing
is
my
almost
best.
worth it just for watching James interact.
My
We
poor
very much
culinary soul.
appreciate You're sharing your food with us.
I'm glad. It's best. Many mouths is good.
What is your long-term plan for food?
Yep.
Or cow.
Yep.
Are you going to like you
This ain't gonna last forever.
no.
We got We
Oh, I thought
got
you meant the food's not gonna last forever. No, it's not. You need to make a plan. You need to start. It's May. Like, this is when you plant stuff.
where?
In the
The
yard.
farmers are doing the plant. We've got the stockpile.
Are you connected with the farmers?
I mean, in the way that any city employee is.
Oh god.
I had to sign half their permits for their water rights this year.
Yeah, some of them are
It's a thing, I
church
think.
members, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
You got the McKintries.
Okay, well, you guys will be fine then.
Which door is he facing? Us or the grill?
Yes.
I feel like James is standing directly behind him so that you can actually
James is
see
hyperventilating.
all of James's
It's
faces.
him, Grill, you guys.
Oh, damn it.
As if
gonna
it
use-
was his piano
I
and
was
you were
gonna
the
use
audience.
Invisible mage hand to like move and like actually season the food.
Honestly, I think that he just thinks James is having a stroke.
Yeah. James is the like
Yeah, son, do you need a chair?
for the love of God, flip those.
He grabs his tongs and he kind of see, it's not even close. You can barely see the grill marks.
Oh, these are gonna be like eating a leather shoe. I can't wait. All right, good stuff.
So,
Hey, Olnok, I have some leftover MREs if it gets
You
really
know
bad.
that might be better. The chili mac might make it better.
We've got the stockpile, so
okay.
we're good. We got
All
them buckets.
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 I know exactly what you're talking about, and that hurts my feelings.
Costco buckets?
Yeah, those freaking
Yeah.
emergency like buckets of food.
Okay, well, that'll.
I got them from my favorite radio show, Work Golden.
Mhm.
Between that and the vitamin packs, your mom and I and sister are squared away. All the nutrition we need.
Cool.
Well, it's important that we don't stay too long so we don't accidentally overeat your stockpile.
Oh, I got
Also-
about 20 years worth
I
of
was gonna
dried
say
food.
that was absolutely a persuasion.
It looks like you're making
Yeah, you
more
could
right
try.
there.
Can try for a persuasion against Midwestern level of
He's
charm.
gonna cook those steaks so much they
He's
might as well be
making
beef
jerky.
jerky. Yeah, Let me just dry them out. All he put was salt on
I
them.
love
You just
it.
gotta wait a bit.
Yeah,
Apparently, a California girl doesn't work on Midwestern.
yeah. He rolled a 16. He's unaffected.
Yeah.
Yeah, at this point, he checks. He's like, "Yeah, the hot dogs are done."
They'd been done for 5 minutes, but
He flips one of the steaks, and it's a dark brown. Like, yeah, that's probably about right. Flips the rest over.
James, all he put was salt.
So,
You could put some kale chips on
yeah.
it.
That might be better. I might give it a go.
Yeah, it'll kill us faster.
Sharon comes out with some butter. He slaps a big fat slab of butter on each of them and closes the grill down.
Oh, see, that's not so bad, right?
You could hear it immediately just
It just all melts and runs off immediately.
catches
Wait,
on
Butter
it's
can
fire.
only do so many miracles.
Maybe we should recommend you try Crisco.
Lard like Walt?
Yeah.
I would take that right
Crisco
about
is
now.
only for making pie crust.
I agree. I concur.
We don't use that for anything else.
Never really
It's-
used Crisco for anything.
And it has to be name brand Crisco.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's no
It's
taste
really good
issue.
for like
The off-brand
using
stuff
for a
is
potato
very
cannon.
bad. Well, we're like I said, we're so glad to have you back. We've been praying hard for you. We've been worried for you.
Yeah, well, again, I'm not staying. We're leaving.
Now we don't need to worry about that part right
Probably.
now. We'll talk about that after dinner.
Yeah. All right.
No need to make quick conclusions here. You guys are staying the night.
Sure.
That's a done deal. Yeah, we'll set up the couch.
Oh, don't threaten us with a good time.
Is this a time
There's
with
still-
basements?
Yeah.
We'll,
There's
we
still
could
a
set you up
bed
in
in
the.
my room, or is
Oh
it
yeah, your
safe to
sister
get rid
just
of
kind
that
of
too?
grew.
Yeah.
She started storing some of her laundry in there.
The room is now just piles of clothing.
I assure you, it still smells better than we do.
Well.
They did set up. I'm sure somewhere there's like a well tap spring or something in this town.
That's a good question.
River.
Everything I
probably.
know of runs on city water.
Yeah, I was gonna say the
So-
river runs through there. I was
Yeah.
looking.
There is the river, but it's the other
Fuck
side
it.
of town.
Yeah. We'll say that there's a well. So there's a place you can clean up.
Yeah, they've probably figured something out where they're like bringing water to main street, like maybe
Actually,
the libraries and meeting
Kenneth
point.
would know exactly
Yeah,
what it is because
part of the city. He's
Yep.
helped organize it.
no. But we got our water drop off coming by tomorrow, so we can get y'all cleaned up. It's our turn.
Cool.
I'll see if I can bully Bill into an extra share. He still owes me for the, well, don't want to bore you with work shit, but stuff. Sorry, dear. Stuff.
He was a real person for 5 seconds.
But
Cool. Well,
he opens up the grill and you see the flames kicking pretty good. He
While
pulls off the
you're-
charred steaks. He's like, there we go. This is some meat. Slaps him down on the cooking
good job,
platter.
Dad.
I mean, it's something.
Please, folks, help yourself. Don't be shy. We got plenty more. I can fire this thing up.
Yeah.
It's all propane. We got propane for
As
days.
soon as Emory's mom brought out plates and forks, Emory instinctively helped set the table and throw on the patio.
He's got like solid mid-class dad backyard kitchen setup. So it's one of those like metal and glass patio tables with the metal sort of rocking-ish chairs.
And because the table's not really big enough for this whole group, there's also the bar connected to the grill that
Absolutely.
has bar seating where people hang out and watch someone grill.
It's all the stuff you could tell like 5-6 years ago was pretty nice.
Yeah.
But it's sat out for some pretty brutal winters and a lot of rain and all that. So not as nice now. But
Yeah.
But yeah, help yourselves. I think your ma's got some tater salad in there. And
Cool. Steak and potato salad.
Did she make the potato salad?
well, yeah,
I'll have some of that.
I was cooking. You got to get some meat on them bones.
Sir,
Get
you've
yourself
tortured
a
me
steak.
enough. I'll tell you whatever you want to know.
I'll sit down and grab a steak and dish up some potato salad.
I have this very strong feeling that as soon as our plate's in front of us, every single one of us starts to dig in and we get the dirty.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Elliot's gonna go. Have you got some Orchard Chestershire sauce?
Worcestershire sauce?
Yeah, we even got some of that A1 there too.
Oh, good.
That's
I
gonna
knew
help
you would.
immensely.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an essential for steak night.
Yep.
Gotta have the
when you
steak
cook it,
sauce.
like, yep.
Elliot,
Yep.
Elliot quite frankly, unconcernedly grabs, and it's going to be the industrial size bottle.
Oh, yeah.
And he's going to
Oh, yeah.
open it because it's about half empty.
They've got
Oh,
two
yeah.
more in the pantry.
And he's just going to start putting it on, and he keeps adding it until it stops soaking into the steak.
Just
Puts the top.
bury it.
And you notice that Elliot doesn't even slow down. And he looks, he's like,
Yeah.
this is how Walt cooks steak.
It's just normal for him.
Emory's
I've
They
been
have-
to war before.
relatively
You can hear
unbothered
the
also.
sawing of the meat.
Yeah.
This is for sure probably the first time Mel's seen a meal like
Yeah,
this.
Belle's over here like, okay. It just starts putting Worcestershire on it and is trying to figure
This
out
looks
what
just
magic
like a Navy
technique
boat steak,
Elliot was
100%.
using.
Yeah, just wait till it stops. As soon as it puddles, then stop.
Oh, yeah, that's a big
Yeah,
puddle.
save
Should we be
some.
eating this much sodium?
You'll be
It's
fine.
You'll be
No,
fine.
it's better than just
You
trust,
know, they
Trust-
say that you
salt.
need the salt to keep you hydrated.
trust the process.
But
Just eat and pray.
Just water's not good for you. You
Pray.
need the salt. Salt's good for you. We're good salt of the earth folks, so it's
she
got to be
moves
good.
over and starts pouring some on Jacob. We don't want you to lose any teeth.
Yeah, that young boy there needs a couple hot dogs to go with it. He's a grown young man.
I mean, if you can call those hot dogs.
Elliot's going to
Well,
lean
they're
over.
not cold dogs.
Elliot's going to lean over and very quietly go, just do the best you can, boy.
Here you go. Have some grill marks. Put some of the hot dogs, quote unquote.
And she brings out a nice pitcher of tea.
Ash, right?
The sun tea would be the easiest thing
Yeah.
to go with nowadays. So you got some good, definitely not iced tea, but tea,
That-
Chilled.
lukewarm
That
tea.
sun tea be good though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No nonsense.
Yeah.
That's the
They
best
bring
part
out
of the
the
meal.
big old sugar jar thing with the flappy lid thingy.
Technical term.
Yes, that's what I saw in Walmart. Flappy lid thingy salt sugar
Yeah.
holder.
That's
Floppy
what
lid
it's
sugar
called.
dispenser.
Thingamajig.
Okay.
With the flappy.
It's the third spice.
Salt, sugar, and
Worcestershire.
sadness.
Mel's like, where's the vegetables?
Oh, they bring out a
It's
potato
a-
salad.
That's the
season.
potato salad.
Fresh
That's
stuff's out of season.
that's
Hey,
starch.
Mel. So every
It's a-
time we're camping and I
it's a
make food, you're welcome.
I don't think I've expressed my appreciation for your presence in this group.
We're still getting the mayo down. We haven't had to make our own mayo for a while, so it's a little strong.
Oh,
I shudder to think what you find strong.
Mel's not as
They put
offended
too
by
much
this as
mustard
I
in it.
am.
That's
I,
like
on the
meat
other hand,
spice.
have been voluntarily gagged.
Spicy mayonnaise.
Elliot hasn't even picked his hand. He just reaches his hand over, puts a big
Yeah,
plunk on his plate.
yeah.
He hasn't even slowed
Serve it
down.
up. It's a little tough. but
Now
you
we
can
do
consistently
need to take a moment, say grace before we eat, folks.
Yeah.
I know you've been out in the woods, probably been a minute since you've done it. But they go through. I've not said grace in like fucking 20 years, but they
I've
say
listened to it. I've not said it.
it. And then
For this property in
you're
front of us, thank you for bringing our daughter safe home.
yes, bringing her back
Jacob's over
to
here like, Grace.
May the dead be dead again.
bringing her back into
That one's
our
new.
into our home where she'll be safe and taken care of. And
Well, everyone
at
has
this
their-
point, your sister's wandered down as well. You know, she comes up, gives you a hug.
Yeah, as the most genuine hug that you've seen
Yes.
Emory give her family.
Well, everyone has like their eyes closed for Grace and whatnot. I've started taking like bits and pieces of my steak and putting it in a secluded pocket of my pack, and then like disguising it with potato salad.
Seeing this because Mel's also not feeling particularly religious, she's thinking, I wonder if I can hide it in my portable hole.
The potato salad itself is potatoes, mayonnaise, and bacon.
Yeah, probably some onion.
A little bit of there'd be green onions. Some of this like stick onion, green
Well,
onion.
onions store.
Yeah.
They're a storage crop.
That's not an awful list.
You're gonna be able to feel that running down your throat.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, that's not it.
Terrible description.
It just sounds very dense.
It's a decent Midwest potato salad.
I
We used to make it with the Miracle Whip, but I don't know how they made that. So it's mayonnaise
it's
now.
Not,
Patience.
That's not like real food.
You just wait
Miracle
for the
Whip.
mayonnaise to go bad.
boy, this is not
Just scrape off the top layer. There you go. It's a
right.
miracle. It still works.
So tell us, what have you guys been up to?
Just traveling, really. I mean, coming
lot of
from
sightseeing.
Junction.
picking up additional party members,
Yeah.
making friends,
Saving people.
buying ugly clothes.
Suck.
Pulling up your steak knife.
Yeah, exactly. Just
Point to the middle.
So that's a recent acquire.
Yeah, we went through some of the mountain towns.
That makes sense.
It got cold up there, so
Yeah, this time of year, that late winter, it'll hit you. That's why we don't bother trying to go across them mountains until at least June.
yeah. I mean, there's a lot of weird stuff that we've seen, zombies and
as you're aware.
ghosts and
Mhm.
whatnot.
Oh, we
Yeah.
got to stay in the Stanley Hotel for free, though.
That was pretty cool.
There you go.
Mel winks as they do not elaborate more.
Yeah, place got a little high and mighty for itself after that Stephen man went and stayed there.
Steven, man.
It's a very famous author.
Yeah.
So much happened at the Stanley. I am shaking. I want to say something.
Here, you know what? Hold on. I'm feeling a little full. Have what's left of my steak.
Oh.
And Mel, like, shoves it in his face. Chew on this.
Yeah, it would take me ages to chew through that.
Dude, yeah, it's
Congratulations,
It's
you now
rough.
have new boots. We were talking about making some boots.
Yeah, but like I said, we've got stuff
That's
we're
good
trying
soul
to do
food
heading
there.
east, and we're moving that way. But Jeff here, we helped him out of a rough situation. He's looking for a place to be, to not He didn't sign up for travel like this.
Fair.
So we're hoping that we can find somewhere here maybe that would be welcoming to him and help him feel safe.
Well, we'll see if the good pastor has any idea as to where he could be the contribution to our community. But at least one of y'all got some sense. We'll work on the rest of you. We'll get you.
Well, the main reason why we can't stay is because we need to get young Jacob here to a place of safety with some extended family.
Well, there you go. You're right there. Got all the family you need in one place. You've eaten.
Well, we need to
You've
get
both
it
bred with
in,
us. Your
which is
family.
east of here, and that's why
He's
we
got
can't
blood
stay.
relations east that we need to get him back to.
I was
You
fibbing.
know,
You're
blood's thicker
lying.
than water. Gotta get him home.
Jacob is looking confused.
Mel
Mel elbows him.
Mel very, very, very like softly kicks him under the table.
Ow!
Ow!
You're a melodramatic child. Do you know that?
What are they talking about?
Nothing. Just eat your hot dogs.
Working.
I'm pretending so hard right now.
Sprouting them in ketchup.
Yes. Yeah, all the
He's
cats.
like halfway through cutting through one of them.
Make fry sauce, mustard, like all the condiments.
The
That's all
amount
you
of
can do to
gristle that
save
is
that kind of
confettied
burn.
onto his plate with him cutting through it.
Do you need me to cut that up for you? Let me cut that up for you.
Oh, look, it's Mom Mel.
You notice Sharon notices that quite approvingly. But, well, after dinner, we're going to head on over to the church. You should
already?
absolutely, every night.
Oh, that's right. You said nightly services.
Now more than ever, we need the good Lord's blessing.
Oh, I'm getting such bad deja vu.
Do you think we could go after? I'm a little
We're gonna have to
itchy
attend
about the
service.
churchy.
I mean, you guys might be able to get out of it. But I think we should talk to Pastor Eric anyway.
Oh, I agree.
No, I just don't want to sit through. I don't want to enter the holy field of.
Hey, at least we don't have to worry about you bursting the flames at this point.
We don't
Just
know that.
resonating Jesus. The holy field for emanating out of this church.
That's fine. We can sit.
Okay.
It depends on if it's white, if the church is white or not.
It is white on brick, actually.
Is this the church we were supposed to get
This
to?
is not reassuring
No,
to me
no.
at all.
I don't think this is the church.
Do you
We
think?
already
Not
did that
anymore.
because they wanted us to leave him at the other place. So.
Do you think? No, I don't know. I wish there was a God I could pray to.
Don't worry, sweetie. We'll show you. You're okay.
Sure. We'll go to service with you. You sure we can't clean up sooner than
We could clean
tomorrow?
up and then
We-
we'll
we-
meet you after.
Didn't know that we needed to conserve our water stores.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
We've maybe got enough to run the toilets for the night. That's probably about it.
All right. Well, sure. Go to church dressed like a vagabond.
That'll set a good example.
It's not the first time.
He
Point of
welcomes
clarification,
all
I am not
types.
covered in blood, am I?
No, we definitely.
I have
made
a
sure that
hunch when you heard you were going to Emery's family's house, you guys made yourselves as
Right, because it's been a
presentable as
long
possible.
journey. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We had like 3 or 4 days to prep for this.
We're wearing the last clean pairs of whatever.
And not a lot of what you fought bled last time.
That's true.
Yeah.
Honestly. Not a lot of those things had
I
blood.
haven't gotten a lot of stuff on my clothes since I've
We
been
got
throwing
all,
the
we
hammer
got all
around.
of the concrete dust off.
Yeah, you just look like you went through a construction site.
Yeah. The last time we had to worry about clothes, you were a wolf.
That's true. Those are destroyed.
That's a weird sentence.
It's not important.
He was
Don't worry
really
about it.
hungry. He was wolfing his food.
Yeah,
It's
totally.
it's totally a West. It's a slang.
Yeah, it's,
Ah,
it's
it makes
slang.
sense. I can't keep up with you kids and your crazy talk.
Gotta
'Cause,
keep up
you
with the
know,
lingo.
It's
You guys
on
are
point.
still staying jiggy with it, yeah?
No
Yeah.
cap.
No,
That's the one I was trying to remember. I'm like, yeah, we're on point, on fleek.
no cap. We're
Now you know your folks are pretty
Don't
hip
even trip,
with it.
Doc.
you are
We
not.
keep up with what the
No.
kids are doing.
No,
You guys got the tickety talks and the.
Not anymore.
no.
I don't
Phones don't work.
want to talk
Your sister
about it.
told me about a vine.
That was years ago now.
That's way back.
I miss Angry Birds.
Yeah.
I played that one.
Aww. I no longer miss Angry Birds.
So let's get this servant thing over with. I want to see if I'm going to burst into flame or not.
We do have out in the front yard some horses. Can we bring those back here into the backyard?
Yeah,
They might trim the grass up.
yeah. Yeah, they're welcome back. They'll
Should
probably
fertilize
wander
them,
off
just
if
like
they're
dump-
up front.
Win-win.
We if you need to tie them down, you can tie them to the
I
trampoline.
mean, if they're in the fenced area, they should be fine without being tied.
I don't know how much
Can you
damage
imagine that
can
we come back and this
horses
is
do
the
to
horse on the
themselves?
Yeah, let's not tie him to the trampoline. We'll tell you what. We'll put hobbles on him. And we'll just let him graze.
Perfect.
Because if you tie them to the trampoline and one of them moves and it moves the trampoline, they'll get
They're all
scared.
gonna
Then they'll
snap.
run. And then the trampoline's going to chase them.
What is that church? There's just a trampoline chasing a bunch of horses.
Yeah, no. We'll put hobbles on them and just let them graze in the backyard.
Yeah. Perfect. All right.
Don't have any hay.
That's all right. There's enough grass for them.
I'll not. Fork in one hand, knife in the other hand.
For a boy that big, you sure seem to be having a hard time figuring out the eating. Your poor mother.
Oh, do you need me to cut up your steak for you?
Olnuk's gonna go into a rage to cut through his steak. It's the only way.
If I go through a rage to cut this steak, I'm breaking some plates, dude.
You just hear all the way.
Just straight through the table.
Oh, you silly boy, that's a butter knife.
Yeah, no, you
Nope.
need a steak knife on this.
It's a serrated knife.
It probably started out as a serrated knife and ain't no more.
But yeah, well, yeah, that's dinner. Sharon gets up, she gathers up all the plates, takes them over to the sink.
Yeah. All right. We're gonna get the horses situated. We'll meet you out front when it's time to walk over.
Yeah, about 10 minutes.
All right. Cool.
Sadie, go get in your church clothes. God, Mom. I know how this works. Doing it every night. Don't talk to your mother that way.
Every night.
And no, holy jeans doesn't mean jeans with holes in them.
Hey,
He gets it.
Jacob, are you? How are you? Are you good?
I'm okay.
Okay. Are you? Do you mind joining us for this little church experiment?
I mean, they've been going every night and they keep coming back.
And they are allowed to leave, so I mean, how bad can it be, right?
Yeah.
There's
Most of the churches I've been to have been pretty nice. It was just that last one that you guys didn't like. I thought they were really friendly, so I'm okay.
I love how adaptable you are. I appreciate that in you, Jacob.
My mom said it's because my brain is plastic.
Got no ridges up there. Nothing but smooth brain.
Well, I mean, that is one way of phrasing it. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. Jeff, if you don't want to go,
I ain't going.
Respect that.
Nope. Hard pass.
No,
I don't.
I'll
wanna
apologize to your
be
folks if I have to, but you ain't getting me in there.
I 100% respect that.
cool.
This isn't going to be like where you came from. They'll just talk to you as all.
This what you
This-
talk and then you socialize. There's not really a lot
and get judged
else
harshly.
to it. Mostly.
Don't forget that.
So-
That's key.
Yeah.
There.
If y'all come back tonight, maybe I'll go tomorrow.
Okay.
I like you guys, but
Yeah. No, I
Nah.
understand. There's a staircase to the basement off the kitchen. And that's where the guest room is, so
all right.
you can set up and hang out while we're
Do I have a spell to feign sickness?
I don't think feign sickness is a spell.
You don't they won't make any of you come, but I think Pastor Eric sounds like he might be maybe. That's why I asked about miracles. If
Do you think we could do a
anyone
remove
has-
curse thingamajiggy?
that's what I'm
Maybe.
wondering.
Elliot's going to swing by the bathroom, and because he knows there's going to be a huge thing of Tums.
Yes.
And he's going to pull it out of a handful. He's going to go out. Hey, he's going to go, Jacob, here, have a couple of these for later.
Trust me, buddy.
Jacob's like, what? Just put them in your pocket. Trust me, you'll need those later.
Oh yeah, we ran into the ones I found at the airport a while ago.
Yeah.
That was some pretty wicked artwork that Emory had that night. I think she
Yeah.
ate half the bottle.
So about this time, your folks come back out. You notice pretty much immediately their church best has changed since you were last here.
Mm-hmm.
They wearing plate armor now?
Dad's church best is a solid, his leather coat, thick leather coat, and it's pretty rough. You can tell Dad's been through some stuff. Yeah, thick, wide-brimmed hat, jeans with his heavy-duty, his work boots, his steel toes. You can see the steel shining through. And on his leg, he's got a machete strapped to it, his pistol on the other.
Are you going to church or
What?
hunting?
You don't walk through town unarmed.
Well,
Fair. I mean, we did come into town armed. So,
yep, we've all got arms, James.
Of course we're
That-
armed. We've traveled across the state.
I have a
Be
bullet.
insane if you did that without them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mom's dressed not super dissimilarly, jeans, which your mom used to never.
Yeah.
It was
jeans
a
and
dress
church.
church.
Yeah.
And she's wearing jeans. She's got her sturdiest sneakers on. Your sister's wearing pretty much the same.
I didn't
They're
know
all
Kevlar was church attire.
ready to rock. And actually, yeah, you see that your dad's upper torso is a little beefier than it maybe
Yeah.
normally
Been
is.
training.
He's been working, and he's definitely wearing something under that jacket.
Yeah.
But he's got the pistol. Your mom's got a shotgun. Your sister's got the old practice rifle you guys used to shoot with. Not quite a 22, but it's it's not a hunting rifle either.
Yeah.
You guys start to make your way across town on foot.
It doesn't take long. It's probably a 15-minute walk.
Kind of uncivilized people walk instead of ride horses. This is awful.
It's in town. Most people in town don't have horses.
It's just kind of nice to not be bouncing up and down all day long, though.
Oh, by now you're used to it now. Walking, how silly.
It was a simpler time back in the day.
Where was your church again?
It's like just on the other side of Main Street. It's literally from where we are 10, 12 blocks.
Oh, not Berean Bible.
It was
First
the
Christian. One block north of
Mhm.
Berean. Which is a weird word. I've never read before.
First Christian might not be the one I'm thinking of, actually, but it'll work.
It's not white. Are you
Yeah.
thinking of the white one?
Yeah, Christ Congregational. That's the one.
We don't want to go to the white one. Mel's
can-
not
we can go
afraid of
First
white
Christian, though.
churches.
We just don't want to go.
We don't want to go. Mel was never religious before, but she's had a lot of life experiences lately that lead her to very much towards the anti.
I mean, when you
Berean's
punch a
really
guy in the
pretty
face,
church.
I mean,
Right across from the hall.
Yeah.
the hall.
Anyway, yeah, you guys describe your church because I don't know where it is. I'm not finding
So there's a dirt and gravel parking lot. The church, like I said, got a brick foundation, and then it's a white wood church on top of that, with the steeple kind of at the corner of the two streets. It's fairly tall. There's kind of like a building attached to the back. That's where they do like events and youth group and stuff, Sunday school, things like that. And then there's like near the corner where the steeple is, there's the main door with a little staircase going up to it that just opens out into the main room.
And you see, as you get closer, there's a fair number of families making the journey. Oh, the main doors are open wide. You see, very cliche church-going ladies standing out front, handing out pamphlets for the folks. The evening's hymnals.
Handwritten programs.
Yeah. And you would know that it's assuming pastor, he's able to get married, it's his wife.
Yeah.
Handing out the programs. Mrs. Eric.
Does anybody else keep hearing this clicking? Yes.
Yeah, it's my mouse.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
It's like a mouse clicking in the distance.
I'm like, what? Where's that?
I just drowned it. I didn't even notice.
Moving the map around.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to
It's on-
find your
I think
church.
it's on
I'm not finding
Meeker.
anything. On Meeker?
Yeah. A block north from Platt, I believe.
No, we're in Fort Morgan, not
South,
Meeker.
sorry, not north.
Okay, that looks churchish.
There's a
Oh,
big,
that's First Christian.
big park. That is
We're
First
probably
Christian.
gonna be,
Okay,
like,
they've
the
changed the name
tallest
then.
person in
since-
Oh, there's one across the
Right.
street. You might be thinking the one across the street from First Christian.
That might be it. It used to be a
Dueling
Christ
churches.
Congregational.
It's the battle of the churches.
I can't help but feel like the details are not super relevant.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
Okay, cool. As
But-
long as we can agree on that.
It is.
Because if there's a detailed map, that means we have to fight on the map.
It is this generically churchy type church.
There's a steeple, there's a door. There you go.
Oh,
But yeah,
what's
no,
that
it-
game by here's the church, here's the steeple, here are all the people.
Oh, I haven't heard that in forever.
I know. Sorry. Anyway.
That was like the
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Oh, it's on Ensign.
I figured it was on Lieutenant.
It's between Main Street and Meeker. Oh, it is north of Platt
Where's the plat? Okay.
by 7th. Ensign and 7th.
Okay.
That's the one.
And it's not Lighthouse ST. You got a lot of churches.
Fort Morgan is church heavy.
My experience with small towns is the smaller the town, the more churches per capita.
Fair.
So, like a town of 1,200 people has at least 3 churches per capita.
You're right. This isn't pressing, but I need where you're at. So yeah, you guys go on in, and get seated in the pews, sitting towards the back. That's what I gathered.
Very back.
You guys are able to sit in the back. Emory and her folks aren't seated anytime soon.
That's sort of sinister, churchy, actually. Mel didn't burst
It's
into
just because
flames,
it's
I
hiding
take it.
behind the tree.
You did not.
Okay.
You did not. If you are strongly concerned, you can make a history check.
No, I'm good.
But
Oh, I am proficient, but I'm good.
Emory is not able to sit down for a while. Your mom's taking you around and showing you to everybody,
yeah.
making sure everybody knows that you're
Good
back.
luck.
Lot of women seem very relieved that you are back. Prayer group. Oh, you've been in our hearts and prayers every night
Every night.
for
You've
at
thought of
least
me every night.
for at least the last year. You've been heavy on our hearts and minds, and we're glad to see that you're back. You're here with your family, and
I'm not.
I know your mom's going to be so glad that you can start to regroup and reintegrate, and everything's going to be great.
Sure.
We're so glad that you're back.
Great to see you,
You're-
Marcy.
One of us.
And, you guys get seated. Pastor Eric steps up, dressed in very cliche priest clothes. The only difference is he's got his shirt tucked into his heavy duty denim. He's also wearing some pretty stout boots. He is
Definitely
unarmed.
Nice cowboy boots.
Yes.
Nice cowboy boots.
He is unarmed. You don't see any weaponry on him, but they do close and
I was thinking it too loud, apparently.
when you started salivating over cowboy boots, I think we all got the memo.
I just thought that, like, oh my god, they have them here in the town.
I think
Yeah.
that's probably where we're gonna wrap it. 'Cause I don't have a on-the-fly service ready to rock.
A boot cliffhanger.
Theater of Their Mind is Mike Schock as your Dungeon Master, Amanda Arfsten as Melanie Kelly, Michael Bernal as Olnock Barger Johnson, Michael Downs as James O'Brien, Kasey Weingarten as Emory Lee, and some idiot named Jeremy Arfsten is playing me, Alia Brandy Bay. We release new episodes every 2 weeks, so our next episode will release on
March 16th.
If you want to follow us, which I don't know why, our social media and website can be found on our link tree, whatever the hell a link tree is, which can be found in the podcast description. What the hell is a podcast? Also, in the podcast description, you can find a link to Pinecast. Podcast, Pinecast, what are we, fishing? As well as our referral code to get 40% off your first 4 months of paid membership. Hey now, 40%, that's not a bad deal. As well as our referral link to Epidemic Sound, which gets you 1 week trial period to their excellent platform. Hot diggity free! The music this week was sourced from Epidemic Sounds, who we are not sponsored by under the Creative Commons license. We're gonna be big someday, guys, just saying. The songs used in order are
The Planner by American Legion, A Morning Overlooking the River of Florence by Stefan Carlane, Isho by Sugoi, Anemone Meadow by Daniel Cade, and Letting the Light In by Roots and Recognition.
The Theater of the Mind theme, ad break, and outro were written by Mike Schock. I haven't the faintest idea what an outro is, but apparently they're hard to make. All people, places, and events are used in a fictitious manner. Any similarities to people, places, etc. are purely coincidental. And remember, kids, don't try the things you hear on our podcast at home, because we are professional, made-up people, and these things didn't really happen.
Didn't expect it.
It's like, at this point, it's almost like just nature now. Like, there's no way you're convincing him otherwise.
If it makes you feel any better, I don't think that's too fun to you either. Coming to his house, insult his cooking.
I was gonna say, plan A to get you kicked out is to let Olnock talk for more than 20 seconds. Plan B is Mel's not your
It will
girlfriend.
work.
Yeah. That's what I figured.
Because they were talking about the stamina. I just like, we killed a giant ice monster, right? Like I just want to shout it.
Real funny
that's
though.
sweet.
If you
Welcome,
got-
welcome, very fast.
Just say the word. I got your back.
I'm just gonna use mage hand and just start cooking steaks.
I've probably
This
killed
is
about
how
as many
you
people as
do
are
it.
in this town.
This is how you cook steak.
In my dad's defense, my Casey's dad, he doesn't burn stuff anymore.
That's awesome.
I sort of figured that
We don't let him cook ribs though. We don't trust him that much.
Yeah.
I sort of figured that Kenneth here may have been Casey's dad with all of the negative things ramped up to 10.
My dad is definitely not a city worker though. That's
I'm still trying to figure out why a city worker wore out a pair of steel-toe boots.
Right?
he got them. He probably found them at Goodwill.
Yeah, there you go. I don't know. Jonathan's boots are looking pretty fucking haggard.
Well, that's because he's one of like 2 maintenance people.
He's
on this
got
ship
a
now.
shop
Yeah.
that does projects,
Yes.
and he's very careless.
He's got a lot of tools and a little bit of knowledge about how to use them.
Yeah.
just enough to be real fucking scary.
Yeah. Do not put your thumb there when you're using the saw.
There's definitely been a couple of times that a board popped and should have taken him out.
He's just like ridiculously lucky about it.
Yeah.
Hey, that's what you did with.
Yeah.
That's why I can only hear out of one
Been
ear.
on short
That would do it.
too long. I
I
couldn't
only
choke
heard
down
out
the
of one
burnt
ear
steak
most
as
of
well
the
as I
time.
used to.
Me too.
That reminds me, I have a steak in my backpack.
That's how I grew up eating those steaks.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Well done.
It's like whatever, same shit as always.
Yeah. And, whenever we get, it's